personally.
Yeah. No,
All right.
I'm right-handed. Let's do this.
We got.
Does this capture my good side?
We got Tim Keefe with the Spaiku 2.0. And we've got
2017
James.
2017 belt there.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep.
That's a belt right there. I like how he,
He
just lays it on
tosses it out. He's just like, hey, James.
come at me, bro. This is for you. This is what you have to look at this while I pick up another one of these and put it on top of the one that I already have, so I can wear
Stacker
belt.
On the way down from the hotel this morning, I'm like, Tim, can you even wear both of those belts at the same time, or is it gonna like drag you to the earth?
I think that Tim's next character is going to say your attack gets X damage and X speed, where X is the number of belts you are currently wearing. I think he earns that.
And mine will be number of dots on your character.
Yeah. For each copy of a different character in your discard pile, you can't chain any of them, but man, are you awesome.
Yeah. Sorry.
A and K, and he's sitting on 28 life, 27 life. All right. Tim's getting all the dice up. All right, so what are we thinking about this matchup here? Who do you think's got it? Are we on commentary right now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
I think Tim has an edge.
You think Tim has it? I mean, he's Tim, right? Like that's the biggest edge he's gonna have. He's prior
The
world
biggest
champion.
edge is he's one of the best players of the game.
He's
proven. I don't know going to say James isn't, but
Right.
he's not proven yet.
Yeah,
So.
and he's also designed cards for the game before. Like Tim has been like the head rules guy.
Yeah.
He's designed cards. He's an obvious monster. I had him on my team for teams. We did really well.
Yeah.
We top aided.
Yeah.
So this guy, this is like all of the skill in UFS right here.
Pretty much.
Versus
He is Mr. UFS.
Yeah, versus James Stevens, who a relative newcomer to high-level play. This man just finally sunk. Was this his first PTC win recently?
Yes.
Yeah. So
first win of anything, I think. Win-wise.
I'm not 100% positive on that. So, but I know he's been having some good runs with. He played Ava for a while.
Yep.
He's played a couple other characters. We're actually Ava Bros.
Yep.
That's how I know James Stevens the best.
No, he played. What did he play? He played Yuri really well in one tournament.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Lifeball Yuri. He's topped with Basilio 2 worlds ago. I beat him in top 16.
That's
or
right.
3 worlds ago.
That's right. So
he's not like a brand newcomer.
But he's been on the scene, but this is his first real cardboard opportunity, and you can tell he is thirsty. I got to play him last round. I had that pleasure of having him beat my ass with double power stone.
He was so thirsty, he reached over and drank your coffee.
He drank my coffee for me. I didn't need that coffee anyways. Honestly, I was all hyped up on caffeine at that point.
Oh, okay,
so
yeah.
it is what it is.
There is too much of a good thing sometimes, right?
Every once in a while. So I'm looking at these lists, and it's interesting. Asimov and Cat is running 77 cards. Now, he's playing the full 16 Red Eyes, which I guess makes sense. So his deck is really 60 and then 61 and then Red Eye Capsule, which, I mean, I guess if you want to, you're the master of playing decks that are a million cards.
Yeah,
so.
77's kind of small. No, I'm just I gotta go up to James and see if you got a small deck.
Oh, man. Don't make this a deck measuring contest. He's going to just build garbage for the rest of forever.
Everything in life's a deck measuring contest.
Well, I mean, have you got to take a look at his list? One of Bebop Blues in main board and 77 cards. Like,
when are you going to see it, right?
Considering the fact that Bang is such a big, prevalent thing in the meta, I know he plays 2 more in his sideboard, and I guess he's boarding them in that case. But even then, only 20 attacks in that number seems really short. I guess he's just kind of going to be playing a little bit more of a mid-rangey, control-y game, whereas Tim Keefe is running attack crazy. 27 attacks, 66 cards, like absolutely insane. This man is the aggressor. He's going to be coming on, and I think we're going to see a lot of James just trying to do his best to block, reduce the speed, maybe hit a nice chain blade every once in a while, try to get that good reversal damage in there.
Oh, big damage.
Yeah, definitely big damage when he hits you for 8 on turn 2 with that chain blade. Like, you know you're going to die.
Yeah.
Like it's just a matter of time. He picks up his momentum. All of a sudden he's got more tools to use. Like the deck has a lot of resources to put at play here, so I'm interested to see the 2 of them. The one thing that I'm scared for Tim is this 4X prepared to fight, which, like, it discards multiples from the card pool, which is pretty much like
it's how you beat Spike.
It's
too.
how you beat Spike too, 100%. So I'm really interested to see. Also, this one of roll, I would love to see that come into play. Just watching, like, all right, Tim, you can kill me with 5. You can kill me with 4 attacks, but I'm gonna roll the last one. Now you need to have 5.
Yeah. The important thing about the roll is not only is it a stay alive mechanic, it's also milling himself, and he requires his discard pile for the red eyes.
Absolutely.
So it's a really key piece of tech in the deck.
Definitely.
So if he gets it early, it could be quite interesting.
Definitely, I
Tim,
like that a
Tim has
lot.
no answer for it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Tim is running. Yeah.
When Tim first started out with his deck, he was running 4 bang, and now he's down to 1 bang in main and 1 bang inside.
Okay.
So he's backed off on the bang, and bang is really good against A and K, but it's not good against others. So he's kind of hedged his bets around the overall field.
Right.
And now he's facing the part of the field
this
where
is
he
where
would
you
have
need
4.
to have that.
Yeah, like if he
4x
was
bang.
technically banging, or if he was teching against.
Oh, okay, sure then, man.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, if he was teching just against things like A and K,
Yeah.
then he would run more bangs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And honestly, we saw a lot of high-level characters coming up to the top of this tournament. I know Spike 1 is not the character that you necessarily need to bang, but at the same time, because of diversity, we only saw that one, and James was able to take him out, no problem.
Yep.
So I'm interested to see exactly how this lack of bang is going to make Tim's game plan more difficult.
James
to play.
is the spike killer.
Yeah.
He's killed 2 spikes at least. I saw him kill Scott Sunman in round 1 of the tournament.
Hell yeah.
And then he went and killed, obviously, this one here in the top cuts.
Killed Corey Aguilar, yeah. And Corey is an incredible player.
Is he a Spike 2 killer is going to be what we're going to find out.
Well, it looks like we are about to find out. Looks like they are finally getting up to shuffling. This could take a second. But, sorry?
Sorry?
No, I haven't finished the show.
No, have you watched the show? I've watched the first 4 episodes.
I've almost hit the Mad Perot episode. That was where I was trying to get to.
I think that's where I'm around.
Yeah.
It's a great show. I enjoy it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
From what I've seen so far.
Yeah, definitely.
I like the music and the kind of like the atmosphere and the edge. It's
Dude,
just,
it is so
and every
cool.
episode's very independent.
It plays really well. It's well written across the board. Episodic, but great. Mm-hmm. Like you got to respect a show like that.
Yeah, no, I've liked what I've seen.
Definitely.
And I will watch the rest when I have time.
Whenever that is.
Yeah.
So many shows to get through. Let's see. So I did have a question. I'm not sure on the wording on Roll's damage reduction ability, but would fueling up, is that his answer there?
I don't know if that answers it. I don't know if we could get. Could we get roll up on the screen? Yeah. Okay. So fueling up after your opponent plays, it would reduce the damage.
So I mean,
think it's reduced to 1.
Is it
more,
reducing it
or
to
is
1
it
less?
You survive at 1?
For the damage step of your opponent's
Yeah.
So that actually.
Yeah, but Tim is only running 1 fueling up, isn't he?
I
see 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Someone else was.
Yeah, he's only running 1.
Someone else. I was looking at deck lists for the last one I commentated, and they only had 1 fueling up.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah,
I don't know why you wouldn't run 4.
I think 4 is the strategy. You've got punch duties, you've got gateway shuffles.
Yeah.
Like there's so many great targets for that card to just like burn you for 2. In fact, if they don't see it, sometimes you can accidentally kill your opponent with 3 of them at once.
It's a good spam.
I've seen that happen in this tournament. It was pretty sick. But yes,
yeah,
looks like
that's
you're
like Redding
up.
bridging the races into that stupid card.
Definitely.
After
All right.
you play a committed one.
We roll up the table. Come on, Tim, get your shit together. I can't see what he rolled. I saw a 6 and a 2. All right, looks like we've got a Asimov and Katerina on the first. All right,
yeah.
And die roll is pretty important.
It's
Tim
always important.
Tim has a natural advantage on that. Sometimes if he rips into a dagger strike,
he can
heavy
go
hands,
first. Yep.
Yeah, going second. I saw him do this against Barrett. He went dagger strike, MC3.
Turn 1. Yep.
Yeah, turn 1, and that was you're at 16 all of a sudden. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so James is looking for a good hefty build, and he's
Shades
in this
of
position he wants to
Ibuki.
be.
Oh, here we go.
All right, we got our Avarice down. We got Armor Expert. I don't think Armor Expert's coming into play this game. It'll draw him cards, but that's about it. All right, 3 build. Not the best start, not the worst start, and no red eye capsules yet. So he needs to get those into his staging area in order to really push
the damage and speed.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's see if he's going for aggressive. I think he's going for a good build here. Let's see. Yep, okay.
No, he's attacking. He's got a 3 diff attack, probably going with spiders and dragons.
Nope, just build.
Just build.
So he's going to go ahead and take the extra 2 damage that's going to get him later game. Oop, petrol on the 5. Nope. All right.
We might see a longish Like, this is it's kind of slow start for Tim, almost.
It's a slowish start,
Yeah.
but, you know,
He must not have drawn the 3 diffs.
Yeah, and with 27 attacks, you can bet next turn he's going to be loaded.
He might
up.
have 5 or 6, yeah.
All right, so James is apparently taking back a play.
Yeah,
okay, yeah, he
looks
went
like-
to play an attack, and then he decided
Looks like
to put...
he's playing the King of Fighters cards.
Yeah,
He
and
gives
that's going to give his attack
adds to
stun
the
1.
card pool, yeah.
Is it 2 damage as well?
I don't know if it's 1 or 2 damage.
Okay, but that's on the
Yeah.
forum, so since he's
Yes.
just playing it, it's just getting the static of stun
Correct,
1.
yeah.
So it looks like we've got a Bloody Eye mid-attack.
Yeah,
Whichever one that one is.
Bloody Eye mid-attack.
Good old Bloody Eye mid-attack.
Yeah, Bloody Eye Rampage.
Rampage, yeah, they're all Bloody Eye.
Rush down. Rush, no?
No, that's the mid one. That's the low.
Yeah.
We've got Luke on pulling up cards right now, and there we go.
That one, Rampaging.
Okay. So he may be, so he looks like he failed that check pretty bad. I don't think he's going to be swinging in again after this unless he's got something he can re-ready here. I think, did he check an Avarice already?
No, he has not checked an Avarice.
Okay.
He's actually drawn 2 Avarices.
Oh.
Played one first turn, and I could see an Avarices in hand from here.
Okay.
You do not want to draw Avarices unless you're hoping to speed pump and do
Yeah,
something.
but being able to
normally you
re-ready
don't.
Avarice if you happen to be able to discard it would be really
Yeah,
nice here.
his long game involves adding Avarice to the top of the deck with Armor Expert and drawing, and that's how he extends into a longer kill turn.
Yeah, so it looks like Tim just face tanked the damage. He saw the last match and he was like, I don't want to get power stoned here if James decides to go a little buck wild. Not that he would, but maybe Tim didn't have the blocks for
I think
it.
he's also holding on to attacks in his hands.
Yeah,
and wanting,
yeah. There's a spiders. There's a petrol power. Yeah, we've got.
Oh wow,
okay.
Tim has not drawn attacks.
This is not. Oh, he's running main deck Soul Trap. That's actually key for this matchup.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the amount of I think the 3 chain blades. I mean, that's what absolutely ruined my match with James.
Yeah, he has a 1 of Soul Trap in the deck.
Yeah.
He loves that card. That's how he beat me last year in top 3.
Tim's hand is incredibly mediocre.
Yeah.
He's sitting on, I believe, double or triple petrol and spiders and dragons, and only 2 attacks, both of which aren't that heavy.
No.
So
he's going to have to build again.
I think he's
going
going to have to build his petrels here and just sort of hope that he gets.
I think
a good
what he's
next
thinking
turn.
of is there something I need to spiders and dragons down on the other side of that board?
Yeah,
and the fact is the order build is nothing special. I mean, if it was a red eye, maybe.
Yeah,
so
but there's no red eyes on the board. He's got no
No.
real good targets. The secret stash might be a possibility, but without that
Maybe.
red eye, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's what's going through his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what they're asking about now, but
I think. I think he's getting the full vitality count just to be sure. Just a little bit. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay, we're talking a little bit too loud. My
Oh.
bad.
Okay,
Yeah. So we're just gonna blab their entire hands out to them, and this is gonna be completely irrelevant. They're gonna have to start over.
yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah, this would be good. All right. So Tim is reading Secret Stash. I think so. He got his 2 petrol build. Is he gonna go for the? Ooh, man.
No, so it does look like he
It looks
has
like he is.
something
Is he swinging?
for
He is
spiders.
swinging.
Yeah.
He's
he has
going.
decided on some.
He's going to flip the Secret Stash. He didn't want. He didn't want more red eyes.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want more red eyes going in there. That is a 5 high for 9, but he's re-reading the petrol powered.
Yeah.
So, what? Iron Knuckle.
Oh, that's
an Iron Knuckle.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it seals a block and.
Yeah. So prepared to fight is pretty useless in this case. Now, if James kept the high block, he looks like he's got a hyper bomb in his hand. So this is going to be pretty okay, pretty easy mode to block. He only uses 7. He doesn't run any 2 checks. So this is consistency Kool-Aid right here. He just gets to pass
he
this.
gets to block it, but he might be committed out if he checks a 3.
Oh, is that a sword breaker? Oh, nice. With the break, so it needs an 8. Checked a 5. Yeah, with the breaker 2 on that, Tim's turn is pretty much over
Yeah,
here.
but we saw Tim's hand, and
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to.
He
get
doesn't-
in
he
there
doesn't
hard.
wanna
I think
go
it
in
was
there
more of a
hard.
spider and dragons kind
Yeah.
of poke and
This
get
is
an attack out of your hand.
This is
kind of thing.
a question, and he answered it quite well. So,
Exactly.
yeah. I think the turn is probably over for Tim here. Oh, but there may be a reversal in play?
There might be a reversal.
No,
in
he
play.
doesn't. I don't think he's got one in his hand.
Yeah. I
Don't
mean, that's
see it.
certainly not safe.
No,
so.
yeah. No, there's no reversal in his hand. So,
I mean,
yeah.
Tim might actually have been hoping that he would reverse it.
Right,
with the
just to
soul
get the
trap.
soul trap out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that's probably what it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
A little bit of back and forth.
Yeah. So we got.
I'm telling you, we might actually see some armor expert play in this game.
Garrett, only you play armor. No, only you get armor expert play out of your games.
Every single time.
Every damn time.
After
All right,
turn
so
two.
we got the hyper bomb on the board. He checked the power stone, so he's going to go ahead and commit. And I'm not really sure. I guess he checked his discard pile. He's got an unspoken
He
feelings.
checked
in
a
there more
3
than
on
likely.
that hyperbomb.
Yeah, so he's going to be able to re-ready his unspoken feelings.
Yeah.
And currently, he is
He's
up on
more
life.
vitality, so he can't destroy anything.
Nothing's getting destroyed. But, I mean, Tim's staging area is largely irrelevant here.
Yeah. I don't think that's the huge deal. I think he wants to start sucking low blocks out of Tim's hand.
Yeah,
because if it's not blocked, it's going to draw him a card.
Yeah, and he checked the Power Stone, so there's one less in the deck. But if Tim paid attention last match, and James could be holding these Power Stones, and Tim certainly does not want to get plus like 10 damage into his face.
Yeah, and Tim might consciously not build very much because of that, right?
Yeah.
Because Power Stone is plus X damage, X for committed, right?
Right. No, X for foundations in total.
Oh, just foundations. It's not committed foundations.
Yeah. So this is actually a really good strategy if he's trying to play a little bit.
Well, he doesn't need them either because he's spike 2. He can probably place it.
Oh yeah, he can play super.
He can play 6 attacks with So I mean,
Very
I don't.
easily.
That's probably his biggest edge in this matchup. Is the
right.
Power Stones aren't that strong.
We got the red eye down.
Okay.
I'm interested to see how this affects the game moving forward, because now he's got an incredible speed reduction tool online.
Yeah.
Even if Tim has a ton of multiples going in, we saw the prepared to fight in hand. He's got his defensive wall down. Now the real question is Tim going to be able to ask him enough questions to get over?
Yeah.
And okay, so we got rid of the homemade. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. No misplays, nobody drew cards, because that only happens during the enhanced step. And now we think. And he got rid of another foundation there.
Yep.
So less Power Stone ability. Oh, I see the bang in hand.
Yeah. Tim's one bang, yeah. I can see that.
Yeah,
too.
that was a good rep. He needed that this match, and he's gonna.
Well, he's going to
definitely
need it if
decide
he's
one
going to
in.
survive.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's actually what he wants.
Yeah. He would like to be able to throw 1 million damage on the table, but given
His deck
James's,
just hasn't given it to him.
his deck hasn't given it to him, and given James's position currently, I don't think that it would matter what his deck threw him right now.
He needs to try to find longer turns right now.
Yeah,
and I don't know what he has
What's
for
he
draw.
got? How many MC3s does he play? He's playing 2. Okay, so yeah, he's got 4 of the Swordfish Plasma, 2 of the MC3 Devastator. I don't think we've seen a single one enter his hand yet, and the rest of his attacks are all one attack, 1 block. So it's not going to be the easiest time here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think his best hope is probably to try to get some hi-fi stereo action going on.
Yeah, certainly.
To be honest,
yeah, Hi-Fi Stereo has been a really big card for him, especially against 6 hand size characters, because as soon as they stop being able to draw cards, they just kind of lose the game. All right, we got that +2 damage on Petrol. It looks like he's putting the dice out as though he's going for it. The question is he trolling? Tim is not known. Actually, Tim is known for his trolling.
He's a subtle troll.
He's hilarious.
He's a quiet one.
Yeah, I've seen that man like back in the day when Divine Tribulation was a card. He was playing in top cuts, and he goes, "Well, I guess I can't play because I don't have the Divine Tribulation."
Yeah.
So his opponent misplays on him,
Yeah,
and then
and then he
he's like,
played it.
"Oh yeah, I got it." Yeah,
I know.
it was genius. What a monster.
He tries to play the mind games, and he just succeeds at them most times.
All right, so we've got an ace maneuver coming out. I guess he's still asking the question, how many high blocks do you have? I think we might actually see a multiple here, actually.
Probably.
Considering he wants to keep his foundation count as exceedingly low as possible.
Yeah.
So, and getting any damage on board,
I think we can
feels
see
good.
some prepare to fights in James's hand, too.
Yeah. But getting it prepared to fight out here as opposed to getting it out for the eventual Swordfish. Also, he does have an Iron Grit down, so there will not be a prepared to fight block there. Ace maneuver.
That's ace maneuver.
Yeah.
See, that's a very key thing, is the not block with the action card in this deck, I find.
That is very key.
Especially if the game's going mid to late, because
So-
then he can commit it quite easily. And
He didn't go for
comfortably.
the multiple, and it looks like, okay, so he is discarding it. Okay, he does have a Kikosho, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is pretty key for Tim here right now, is
Yeah.
that he got rid of a prepared to fight, knew it was there probably, and can now do some Kikosho magic, force him to block a bigger with higher speed. Hopefully he commits out,
Right.
then he can get in for some real damage.
Well, I don't know. The thing is, he doesn't have the real damage in his hand, so I think this is a bait. I think he's Kikosho.
This is Kikosho.
Yeah. This looks like a bait. He's going to try to force James to just take the damage because he's going to scare James into thinking, okay, well, maybe I have a Swordfish in hand. Now,
Yes.
with the prepared to fight already in card pool, all he needs to do is pass the block on the Swordfish and pitch out all the multiples. The problem is, if he blocks his Kikosho, he won't be able to do that.
That's
So
what I'm
the
saying.
smart play
Is to
here
eat the
from James
Kikosho,
is to eat the
probably.
Kikosho because he has no knowledge of Tim's hand right now, and we know that spike deck is explosive.
The really interesting thing is Kikosho puts your opponent into a weird mindset where they're thinking, does he have another
he have another
Kikosho?
Kikosho?
Am I going to
Yeah.
get punished for blocking?
So he just took 8 damage. He got burned for the Spiders and Dragons. Also, I don't
Yes.
think I guess Tim did not use his discard.
Do you
Oh,
think
no.
he burned him or did he gain life?
He did. Oh, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I think
We'll find out
we,
soon.
We believe Asimov and Katerina took 6, and then Tim flipped over Spiders and Dragons. We're not sure if he gained or burned. I would assume burn, just because that's sort of how the momentum of the spike match goes, but if he feels like it's going to be a longer game...
And I mean, I think Tim's happy about this. He got some poke damage in. He still has a hand he feels he can survive with.
Right, and he got a Prepared to Fight out of James's hand, which in a 77-card deck, that feels pretty good.
Yeah,
you got better
and James
odds
is
to
still
not get hit
hunting
with
for
that later.
cards too. Like, he just played 2 foundations.
Yeah.
3, and he is in deadlock now.
Okay.
That means the ace maneuver is a thing.
Ooh.
It means his armor experts are going to draw him cards because he can put the Avarice on top.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that's true. Is there any other deadlock in Tim's deck that we're looking at here?
I don't know. I mean, I
don't think he's playing Cleaning the Fish.
No, I think ace maneuver is the biggest one.
But ace maneuver is a really strong one, so we'll see what happens.
And he's running 4 of it, so...
I'm trying to look at Tim's hand here. I see some Urban Shower. I see some
Tim
Space Salvo.
Yeah, he really needs some Finding What Is Lost out as well to get the damage up there to finish with an unconnected attack.
Having Asimov and Katerina at 19 with 11 foundations on the board does not feel good.
No.
Especially, given the position right here. He can build, but all it's doing is powering up those Power Stones the later this goes.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's only so many blocks Tim can make and hold in his hand too. It's a very interesting matchup when both of them are 6 hand size as well. The tempo of the game is hugely important,
right?
Because none of them have card advantage. It's just I play 4, you play 2. Now I get 4 hits because you only have 2 left.
Exactly.
It
keeps it a little bit more interesting. You've got to be very cognizant of that. Though I know that both of these guys have been playing these decks for a long time, so I'm sure they're very familiar with exactly how this matchup has gone down.
Yeah, no, I think they know too. They don't get here to the finals because they have never played the game before.
That's very true. All right, so we got a Space Salvo out here. And it looks like it's getting its +2 damage. I don't know what else Tim does to this. I know he's going to pitch it out.
I think he's going to get the extra damage. He's
interesting. So James has lost another Prepare to Fight. I think he's just not scared at this point. I think James is like, all right, so I've seen 2 Prepared to Fight so far. I highly doubt he's got another one in his hand with the 77 cards here. But man, Tim is really just trying to go in, and I think it's another one of these test the waters thing. Once he can try to bait out that space, or once he's threatening Swordfish, which he's kind of doing here with the 1 momentum. I think James may be forced to take more than he'd like to.
Yeah, and Tim's probably the best poker in the game.
This is Urban Shower.
Yeah, and I think he's just playing the poke game.
Yeah.
Thinking worst case, I'm going to rip attacks out of his hand. Best case, he's going to take unblocked damage, and I'm going to slowly whittle you down to the point where I can finish you off.
Absolutely, and we see that Dust Crusher come out, so he's taking attacks, he's taking a Prepared to Fight this turn. He really can't do anything else.
And it's a fairly bad block check here.
Yeah,
too.
let's see
quite a few.
Let's see if James has that reversal. I want to see that Soul Trap come down so bad.
I know.
That is my favorite card. Just when you gotcha, it's
it got my Navos.
Oh no! It's so sad, man. So yeah, Soul Trap eats Reversal Dreams. So, okay. So he's got his Finding What Was Lost down. So now he's got his damage pump.
There we go. That's what I was talking about.
He just has to survive this. Is this a 10 foundation board now?
Yes.
Okay. So James is looking for some attack rips right
he's
here.
hoping he doesn't. And I see assets and I see foundations.
I see
lots of
foundations. Oh, it's not good. All right.
Oh, this is bad for James.
This is what Tim wanted right here.
Yeah.
This is exactly where we were going. So let's see.
We're going to see more build out.
Do we think we're going to get a poke out of? I think we can get a poke out of that Dust Crusher here because that's going to be a stun 2. It's going to get extra speed, maybe +2 or 3 speed off of the Red Eye Capsule tricks.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, based on that, and he's got Artifice Avarice too. So if he really wants to make that go in, go in.
Yeah, and at the very worst, he's going to scare Tim into taking it face to
100%.
save to block later.
100%.
Oh,
yeah. All right, so we've got a 5/5/5. Tim is going to go ahead and bang. So he's probably going to turn off Asimov and Katerina here. I can't imagine him turning anything else off.
Yeah, I think he's thinking, if I can survive this turn, I should be able to kill him.
Right. Yeah.
Now that he's got that Finding What Was Lost out.
And now that damage pump is off on the Asimov and Katerina.
Exactly. He thinks he can survive now.
Yeah, James is going to have to play this real defensive after
because
this
otherwise
turn.
he would have saved the bang for later.
Oh, here goes the Soul Trap block.
Yeah,
We'll never see it destroy his dreams, but he never drew
I think
Chain
he
Blade.
said I waited like 3 or 4 turns.
Yeah.
Time to just use it. I might draw into a better attack for next turn.
Ideally, yes. Especially because I don't think James has seen his reverse at all.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he's got the roll. He's got the momentum to 0 fueling ups. Now things are fun. Now things are interesting.
Yeah,
This
that's
is,
one more attack for Tim.
That's one more attack he needs to get. Also, James played out most of his hand. He still has Dauntless up. I don't think he has. Okay, no, he does have Humanity Sentry.
Yes.
So he's got plenty of things that he can use.
Yeah.
And plenty of speed reduction if that Asimov and Katerina doesn't get banged, which it can't now.
Yeah.
But
Humanity Sentry is such an interesting card,
Right.
just because it can be your block later on.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just having that high, especially against Spike, when all of his most powerful attacks are going to be high, is kind of a big deal. Now I see there is an ace maneuver in Tim's hand.
Yes.
So things may get interesting here,
Yeah.
but I don't think I saw like a Swordfish Plasma Cannon.
The thing about Humanity Sentry, though, it's the cost added to your hand too. So
Is it really?
Yeah, you can't negate it with. You can't negate it with ace maneuvers.
Yeah,
which is it could
that's
be
fair.
relevant.
That could be relevant.
Could be relevant
Certainly.
to this.
Actually, no, it's not.
Oh, it's not.
It's not.
Oh, the other one is the cost.
Yeah.
The one that I like to play that you get to commit your opponent's stuff. And
Yeah, that one is really.
I
That's
call
card.
that New Ever Hopeful.
New
I was
Ever
using
Hopeful.
it in Garrett. Oh yeah. Oh, so this one isn't cost. Well, that. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because it has no effect.
Yeah, it's got no attacks.
Yeah,
All
the
it
other
does is
one.
add
The
damage.
other one. Okay, well
All
that
right.
ace maneuver is going to host that thing.
All right, so we've got one on the count. Okay, he's just building here.
Oh, Tim must have drawn a bit more gray.
Yeah, he just didn't see the full attacks. Like he's running 27. He wants to see a hand of 5 attacks, and he's seen 2-3 attacks consistently.
It's
throughout
weird
the
with
entire
27
game.
attacks.
With 27 attacks, you should expect something a little bit better.
Like it happens
but-
to me all the time with 15 attacks. But
Yeah. And he did get the hi-fi stereo down. All right, it looks like James has got some attacks going on. So we've got a hyper bomb coming out here. Oh,
That
wait.
was just
oh, wait.
inevitable.
No, it was taken out. He's playing Season Guide first. Okay. Now he's declaring hyper bomb. So he gets his Dauntless tricks. Gets some other stuff too.
Yeah, this is going to be the turn, I think, for James Stephen. I
Yeah,
think
he's
I think
got to get over here.
He's at the point where he's like, I have to win here, or Tim will get the hand of attacks.
Yeah.
And the hand of attacks.
Yeah,
will
he's
kill
been
him.
very
I
fortunate.
do
so
see a
far.
third prepared to fight in his hand, though. If I was
Seriously?
correct. Yeah.
Oh no.
It's hard
Tim.
because he's shuffling them so quickly, but
Yeah.
I think I saw her face. So.
Now you're a believer. Damn. We are horrible.
No, we're awesome. Let's be honest. We both love our puns and horror.
Oh, absolutely.
Corny jokes.
100%. It's the best. All right. So Tim is searching yard. What for? I imagine. What do you think he's fishing for here? Like, is he maybe he's just trying to see how many attacks he's got left, so he can see how comfortable he
How his
can block
blocking
with
is
his
going to
attack?
be, how many chances of checking these threes.
If I were Tim right here, I would actually be searching James's discard pile because I want to see how many power stones that man has checked so
Yes,
far.
yeah.
Because that is that. I mean, to be fair, any of these attacks can come for 50, but power stone comes for 100.
Yeah, so right now he's checking odds, I think, of checking bad checks.
Yeah.
He might also be thinking, should I be blocking this face and holding on to my attacks in the
Right.
hope of actually crafting that hand that he needs? He's like, have I just been checking all my good attacks?
So I noticed that James played Season Guide after he almost put his hyper bomb down, but did he respond with Season Guide?
I'm not really sure,
I don't
and
think
I'm
I
pretty
saw
sure
that happen.
He did.
He
look.
did. Okay. All right. Very good.
It's so hard with the glare to
Yeah,
actually
it's
tell.
really it's right on that part of the table. Okay, so
yeah.
we've got red eye shenanigans coming in here. So we're finally getting our +1 speed, +1 speed, 5 low 5. 5 low 5 stun 2 is pretty good. Gets +2 damage and an additional speed here because of his 2 red eyes removed.
Yeah, I think Tim's really wishing he saved his bang for this turn now.
Yeah. Most assuredly. Well, he was. I mean, you never know when they're going to go off, and that's the nice part about UFS is that the hand knowledge is so important when you can get it, and when you can't get it, you run into shit like this.
Yeah, and James is also very confident right now because he has rollout.
Yeah, roll. He can afford to overextend a little bit. Like, because Tim has to ask a really big question here in order to.
He doesn't even really have to care about reversals either. He's got a bit of a safety net.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. I don't imagine Tim can do 19 damage worth of reversals, but if he does get that double urban shower playoff with a re-ready on Spike, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, there's never anything bad with multiple reversal. Okay, that's probably one of the strongest things in the game.
Most assuredly.
Yeah.
Feline Spike taught us anything.
It also had stun.
Yeah. Sabretooth.
Yeah, could you imagine that card in today's day and age?
we wouldn't play.
I'm pretty sure Spike 1 would love that card.
We wouldn't play the game, Garrett. Don't even delude yourself for a second.
We played it with Chun Li in the meta, or at least I was foolish enough to keep playing it during that time. I think you did too, right?
Yeah, I definitely did. Okay, so I just saw we got a card reveal. He's got a Chain Blade on top of his deck. Has he already used his Dauntless this turn? I believe he has, but I can't see that last card.
He's back to the Bloody Eye Rampage.
Yeah.
I can't see that other card either.
Yeah,
it's just the lighting on the right side of the screen.
All right, so we got a 5-speed attack about to become 7-speed attack. We've got probably a ton of damage as long as he got more of these Bloody Eye, which he does. So that's 3 more damage on top of that.
Feifei? Yeah.
Feifei. Okay, so yeah, there's no more Dauntlesses going on. All right. Oh, I guess he's using that to draw his cards. So he ripped his Chain Blade off the top. There we go. So yeah, now James kind of has a handful of attacks that where he didn't before, and Tim is going to have to figure out a way to answer it, or he's probably going to go down this turn. Honestly.
Yep. No, I think so too. And I mean, he lost the dice roll, so if he
Yeah,
loses this game, he doesn't have to feel too bad. But he does have to figure out. Well, obviously he has to win on serve himself, but he also has to figure out a way to crack him going second.
Yep.
And I don't know if he's confident enough after this game
Yeah.
to feel like he could. I mean, he had a bunch of bad draws.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Confidence-wise, Tim's a robot. I don't think that this is going to be a problem. That man understands the game at such a fundamental level that he is always just playing to be objective, and I think that's a good thing. That's going to be a ball in his corner for these next couple of games. But I have a feeling this is going to be the turn.
I mean, what you see here is he's armor experting up to the top, so he's not going to fail checks.
He's not failing anything.
He's kind of into the definite.
All right, just took 8. Took 10 damage. I heard Shane say he went to 9.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tim had 16 life. That's right.
Yeah.
I was looking at the other guy's life.
Yeah. So. And Tim's playing the mind game with him. He's like, James has no idea what he has in his hand.
Right. So if Tim just like sits and waits to block the most important things, it's going to matter. But Spike is not a deck that's known for its good blocking, and so this is. I think James has got the ball in his corner right now.
Yeah, and Tim doesn't play it block-wise. He doesn't run Templar. He doesn't play things that are going to give him benefits on blocks.
No, he's going to play things that are going to let him play 6 attacks on turn 2, which he did not get.
Yeah. I think it's going to be interesting what Tim actually held in his hand to block with, because he has not shown anything yet.
He just sits his hand down. He's like, okay, I know what I got
going on. See,
that
armor expert is really coming into play, because he ain't failing no checks over there now.
All right, so he's showing his hand to, it looks like Luke, or no, somebody gets to see his hand. That was very nice of Tim.
13 foundations left. He's adding another one to the top. It looks. Oh no, he's.
Looks like he's getting his
still
damage.
Yeah. Every time it's committed.
All right, so that is a 6 mid doing 8 damage.
We should probably get Bloody Eye Capsule up here for the viewers too, because it's fundamental to his
that's
game
the
plan.
entire game
and
plan.
if you're watching,
and with Asimov and Katerina too.
Yeah.
Those 2 cards collectively, the more of these Bloody Eye Capsules he's got removed from play, the more damage it gets. It scales. It's a very nice ramp. He also gets to do a ton of re-readying of his foundations with Asimov and Katerina's effect, getting rid of Red Eye Capsules, re-ready it, giving speed.
And for people who haven't watched Bebop, you'll be introduced to Red Eye Capsule really early on in the story.
Yeah, episode 1. Episode 1. This is interesting because I frankly remember Asimov and Katerina losing in the show to Spike.
Yes.
And it looks as though Asimov is taking a little bit more drugs than he was before, and has suddenly gotten his edge.
There's a hell of a lot of capsules out.
There is a lot of.
And the
drugs
show
on
they
the
kept
table.
getting dropped.
Yeah. All right, so that is still a 6 mid for 8. It's not killing Tim yet. Now, I prefer to threaten damage here. So I would like
you would
to
get it to
lethal.
9.
I would I would find a way to get it to 9. I don't know if he has that right now.
I don't know either.
But if I was Tim, like honestly, I would probably just try to take this because the next one is going to get all that damage.
That's right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, you might have to chain block the last 3 or 4 or something like that.
However many attacks are left. Yeah, because there's still 7 foundations up, and there's a 5 check on top of his deck.
And I mean, he knows James doesn't run any throws, or at least I would assume he thinks that.
Yeah.
And so he can survive if he blocks perfectly.
Yeah, Asimov and Katerina says specifically punch and weapon attacks. So
Yes,
yeah, he's
so
going to take the
probably
damage
no
here.
throws.
He's
Yeah.
going to go to 1.
Now, if your opponent was running throws, this would be an entirely different question.
So James has a chain blade in hand. I don't know if he's got any other attacks. He does have a play here where he just plays foundations, blocks reverses, and says deal with this. That chain blade can be really fast. Is there another attack in his hand? I cannot tell.
He definitely has a chain blade on the far right, and he's contemplating, do I play it now to try to kill?
All right, he draws a card.
He hits a static to draw as well.
Well, he stacked that on top of his deck.
He did. Okay.
And he had no mid blocks,
Tim
so
skips,
that's it. Yeah, and that's just the thing. Like Spike does not have that super block ability that you're going to see in this Asimov and Katerina deck. So Spike is going to want to go ahead and get as much aggression early as possible, and he just didn't see that.
Yeah.
So what's in Tim's sideboard? What do we think he's bringing in here? We know the bang is coming in.
I mean, I think Swordfish comes in.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you got to think at this point, maybe not for this game, because he's still going first. So he's going first this game. He might want to keep it as aggressive as possible to steal it back.
Yeah.
But then in game 3, he might say, okay, now I'm going second. I know I might get into this long game like last time.
Yeah.
I don't have the perfect blocks. I need something like Swordfish to buy one block or to deal with it, right?
Yeah.
So I think that'll come in. If not right now, it'll come in for game 3.
Definitely game 3.
The second bang will definitely come in even for this game.
Yeah.
Because I think he might want to buy another turn.
Yep, definitely.
He can also kill with that if he unblocks. So definitely second bang. I don't know if he's going to go second Soul Trap. He might.
He didn't get reversal chain blade in the first game, but he also didn't attack the first game.
No, but he saw chain blades.
But he
a lot
did see
of them.
chain blades, and if he watched my match, he would definitely be bored. I'd be boarding that in this match.
Yeah, I think chain blades is important too. He might. I don't know. Herald might be important. Getting the explosives can be important. It just depends.
Iron Grid is definitely coming in.
Oh, yes.
He
Iron Grid
does
is
not
coming
want to
in,
see a single prepared to fight resolve that will literally disrupt the entire game plan. That's the best thing that Az and Cat have going for it, going second.
Yeah, and I mean, Tim talked to me about his sideboard before we started this tournament. He's like, Garrett, am I crazy for running one arrogant and overconfident if I'm going first after game 1? And running one syndicate target if I'm going second after game 1 because I'm going to block more if I'm going second, and I'm going to attack more. And I said, that's fine, Tim, that's fine.
Honestly, whenever Tim says, do you think that I'm crazy for X, I say, no, Tim, because you're Tim.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm the same way. I build my sideboard to my weaknesses, and sometimes my weaknesses is going second, and sometimes my weaknesses is taking advantage of going first. It really depends what type of deck I'm playing.
Definitely.
And so there will be some siding, guaranteed, just because of the fact he knows what he's going now. There's no dice roll.
Right. I think the syndicate may come in just in case because of
Extra
all
blocks,
these low attack, like extra low attack blocks on a +0, especially with all the speed pump going on. That's a lot. But I also think that we may see just Tim siding out some of his foundations for an extra attack.
Yes.
Like I could see that Soul Trap coming in for foundation because like game 1 he did not see the gas. He did not see what he needed. 27 attacks, not enough. What a day and age. What a day and age.
Well, you can have half your deck attacks. Sometimes you're just going to check them all.
Sometimes you're just going to check them all.
And not draw them all. I mean, unless you're all attacks, you ain't going to do it. I mean, the only one who might not whiff on attacks is like, T-Hawk. No, what was that guy, mid guy? Tomahawk Man.
Tomahawk Man, yeah.
That type of deck, or mature,
he's
right?
He's going to want to have his 59 attack option. So, so looking at James's sideboard, and it's unfortunate we didn't really get to see a chance of what they were sideboarding in there, but he's playing 3 Securing His Destiny. This card, from my understanding, it cancels an ability on an attack. It's interesting. I don't know if it's going to see play here. It's Spike's biggest advantage is he throws a lot of attacks at you, and their abilities do something, but it may not be crazy enough to want to add in.
I think he's mostly concerned with blocking.
Yeah, definitely. Bebop Blues, I think, could come in.
I think that's a side in.
He saw the bang first game. He wants to make sure that there's no more bangs coming in second game.
Cool and Focus definitely comes
100%.
in for the multiples.
Yep, a perfect block. Hacker Extraordinaire, he didn't see any Swordfish 2s. A lot of these spike lists aren't running it. It's good asset hate, but if he doesn't think it's going to be an asset, then
it's also extra draw, right? And if his opponent's attacking him, he might just take a hit, and next turn, I get to draw a card.
Yeah, definitely.
But by that token, I don't know why he's not running one of it main in that sense, but he might see it just as asset hate.
Yeah, I think that is what he's. I think it's what he's running it for here. So yeah, I think more than likely he will put in the Bebop Blues and the Cool and Focused, and then probably left the rest of it on the table. But we will find out.
Yeah, we will find out.
Game 2.
Well, in any case, that was a good game.
Yeah.
A couple hand management issues going on. Tim wasn't seeing what he wanted.
The double Petrol Spider's turn when he only had 2 attacks that were very blockable.
Correct.
Was incredibly rough.
And I don't know if that was a perfect game for A&K either as far as perfect luck. Like, he had to play around his hands. He had to wait a bit longer than he wanted to.
Right.
Ultimately, he got roll, and
he
I
was
think
able
that
to sit back
secured
on his
it.
laurels. Yeah, right with that
At
roll, with
some
those double
point.
prepared to
Yeah.
fight. Like that was very strong.
James played it very well from a patient standpoint, going first.
Yeah.
And having to, maneuver around the fact that A, Tim isn't attacking him the way he might have expected.
Yeah.
And B, he isn't seeing attacks
So he had
early and often because he's not attacking Tim
I think
too.
I think that was good for Asimov and Katerina. Like the
Yes.
more attacks, the more risk. And when you lower the attacks and you've got solid builds going down, you've got prepared to fights that you're seeing. That's gonna make the gameplay a lot easier.
He was
to deal
happy
with.
to see 3 prepared to fights, or two at the very least. I don't know if the third was there in the hand,
I
and it didn't matter because
yeah,
he was killing him that turn.
just absolute
but
murder,
he
yeah.
certainly saw them, and they're probably the most important piece
100%.
to this case.
100%. Let's see. It looks like I see. Okay, I see Tim's sideboard. The bang appears to still be in that sideboard, so it looks like he's still making his decisions. James is going to take a walk for a bit.
And I think the bang is much more important if he's going second because he knows he's got to survive an extra turn, perhaps. Right. Here he might just be worried. I gotta kill him.
So just put in your soul trap and go ham.
Correct.
Sorry.
We are at a con, everyone.
We are at a convention. There are nerds walking around left and right. So
asking where I get the chip.
Asking where I get the chip, whatever that is. You may never know.
We don't know. It was a Keyblade bearer. I was scared to death.
I see the soul trap. I see the bang.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got action on that. James standing up. Tim is just taking a second to think, shuffle, and get ready.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think from Spike we're going to want to see a solid 3. We're probably going to see a 3 build.
Yeah.
He's got such weird attack numbers.
We're only 1 game away from UFS University winning both events.
Seriously?
This Worlds, yes. The teams were won by that light blue mat. I commentated it.
Yeah.
A little over 2 hours ago.
Oh wow! Maybe I'm going to have to actually watch their content.
I do watch their content. It is good content. I mean, for the most part, it's just guys bullshitting and talking, and it's just like us right now. But it's good content.
It's good content. They do really good work.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
And honestly,
we might have to rival them and make our own content, Keenan, and just
UFS Community College.
Community college.
Yeah.
That sounds reasonable.
We're really UFS graduate school at this point. But honestly, they may move up to that after this weekend.
Some sort of MBA program or something like that.
Definitely. Definitely a master's in sciences.
Yes, yeah. You come out of our program with a PhD.
100%. You can't get those numbers at UFS University.
There is a cost, though.
Running 88 card decks.
Well, I'm sure you'd be there to temper and show us the alternate.
You'd see the 59 card deck with no singletons, and then you would see the 18 singleton 88 card deck, and you could really pick your poison at that point.
Yeah. Variety is the spice of life. We would give you all that.
Variety is the spice of UFS, Garrett.
Oh,
that's what I think.
That's why it's one of the best games, or the best game.
Absolutely,
my favorite game.
It's my favorite game. I wouldn't be still playing it if it wasn't my favorite.
I've been playing it for almost 10 years now. I started in 2008, so I guess that's 10 years.
That's 10
It'll
years.
be 10 years in August.
I think
I picked the game up.
I think I've hit 12 now.
Yeah, you did start before me.
I started right when the Soul Calibur set came out.
And I was Deadly Ground.
Yeah, Deadly Ground. Yeah. Oh man, that was when Alex was rampaging all over everything.
Yeah, it was Deadly Ground and the Darkstalkers too. Like Feline Spike was the set I started on.
That's a horrible set.
Yeah, it was a dark time.
Can we just take a minute to appreciate how
our screen went
black?
Yeah.
It looks like it's restarting, so we may just have a cable out. But just take a minute to appreciate how much...
it's back. It's back. It was just an HDI input somewhere. Could have been a short.
Don't give me those heart attacks.
Well,
it wasn't us.
Our own heart attacks.
It wasn't us.
But yeah. Okay, well, it looks like we were shuffling up. We're getting cut. We're getting ready. Tim's got some fanciness going on with some of his riffles. It's nice.
We were talking about Deadly Ground and Darkstalkers
too,
and everything went out. All the power went out.
Like,
it's the UFS gods.
We can't talk about that. Don't mention that on stream. 1, no one's gonna know what it is, and 2, please don't bring that back up. There's a darker time with worse deck. Okay, I see the swordfish in Tim's hand, so he is definitely.
He did side it in like he's talking about. He's playing safe, even going first. What a guy!
I mean, he kind of has to. Honestly, the Asimov Katerina deck.
Well, he can't afford to lose. I mean, it's do or die now.
Yeah, and it sort of reminds me of Spike 1, the way the Asimov Katerina deck plays, because he gets that minus speed on every attack.
That's right.
As long as he's got it. And with the -1 off the card and the readying the foundation, it's basically -2.
This is going great for Tim. He started with a revoked start.
Are we getting a 5?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he needs a 6.
No, he just wants that out of his hands.
Yeah, understandably.
That's a great start for Tim Keefe.
I don't know if flipping cards in his staging area is doing a whole lot, but that refusing to let go is really unfortunate. That's if he saw that refusing to let go, he would not have discarded that Spiders and Dragons.
Probably, yeah.
All right, so good 4-build both sides. You've got a Fei. Is that right? No, it's not a Fei.
Well, there's definitely a keeper. There is a Fei. I think the card before it was a Fei. So he responds with his own good 4-build.
Yeah, that's what you want here, and hopefully. So James is sitting on one card in hand, but Tim didn't see gas, and that was really
no. And now he's
unfortunate.
playing Swordfish. He's trying to beat him with a long game, and I mean Tim has the skills too, but
he's
his
gotta
deck
get the draws too.
his deck is not built for that per se.
Tim was really, really hoping to have something to aggress in on that, and he ripped nothing again.
Yeah, and I think if Tim loses this game, or even this round, we're going to hear the story from Tim that he just didn't draw orange.
He didn't.
I think that is the simple way to sum up this match so far.
He certainly hasn't. With 27 attacks, that does not feel.
Yeah,
good.
it doesn't feel like drawing orange the way we've seen so far.
Yeah. All right,
we got the Eye Rampage again, and see the Eye Rampage is a great start because you just play it out, you scare them by giving your next attack +3 damage.
Right.
You make it. You get to draw a card usually.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if he's going to draw a card here because I think he failed his check. He might still go for it though because the extra speed doesn't hurt. No, he's just going for blocky.
No, I meant to draw on the Bloody Eye Rampage.
Yeah. But he's just not using it because of the. Because he's already committed out to pass the check.
Yeah.
So even with that, that's an interesting bait play because it makes it does make it seem like he's going to follow it up with a punch.
Yes.
And it looks like he is. Here's a Dust Crusher.
Yep.
And that is going to be a solid, probably
It's not a punch though, so it's not getting the extra 7.
Is it not?
Dust. Oh no, I think Dust Crusher's a weapon.
Oh, it is a ranged weapon.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not getting plus damage.
Yeah.
All right, Tim.
When I killed Dustman after he dropped all those squares on my head.
Yeah.
That was a weapon, let me tell you.
Definitely a weapon. Okay, I see a lot of. I see an attack that's probably just going to go through. It's not getting to the damage levels that we see later game from Asimov and Katerina, and Tim kind of wants to treat this. Sort
Tim's
of
got to
like
ask.
Yeah.
Well, he wants it like a last-ditch effort until he sees the dynamite out. If he sees homemade explosives out, he'll start using it quickly.
He has to use it immediately. Actually, it won't even matter because Asimov and Katerina will have action on that turn.
Yeah.
Except in a reversal scenario, right? Does
Yes.
the reversaling player get second enhance? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, rules lawyer. All right, we got the secret stash. We got another bloody eye capsule.
No surprise there. He has 16 of them in his deck.
That's fair, but it's not good news. That's for sure.
Not good news if we want to see a game 3, and I do want to see a game 3.
I do want to see a game 3. Okay, we
job.
got the reclaiming, but we did not get an aggressive. We did not get an aggressive hand from Tim.
No.
Tim is sitting on Dagger Strike. He's sitting on some. I can't
Still
see the
no
middle
orange.
attack.
Yeah.
Still very little orange. Either 2 or 3 attacks in his hand. I'm not sure if that's an MC3 in the middle. It could be. But yeah, the rest of it it looks like it's going to be a build and then keep low block, keep revoke. It's pretty standard. Like I didn't draw orange, and now I'm kind of paying for it.
Yep.
All right.
And here we see more build because of it.
So that hand knowledge from Reclaiming What's Ours is going to be one of the most important things. I think that's going to decide the game defensively if James doesn't take it right here, and I don't see him doing that. But being able to rip that Prepared to Fight out and then being able to look at your blocks, he can make the best decisions on when to multiple one attack.
I think he's quite happy to have that reclaimed.
That is a double homemade explosive.
It's a double homemade explosive, and it is not unique.
Yeah, that is.
The swordfish is under attack, everyone.
The swordfish is going. The swordfish is going down in a blaze.
Yeah. Where are the ace maneuvers now? It's actually landed on the ground in that picture. They are not anywhere.
All right, let's see. Come on, Tim. You got this, buddy. All right, I see one attack draw off of that. We got an ace maneuver. Man, he's reading homemade. He knows what's going to happen to his poor swordfish. He was really hoping to have that defensive stability a little bit longer.
Yeah, and in that respect, I was very curious that he sided it in this game.
Ooh,
I would have.
You aren't prepared to fight off the Reclaiming What's Ours. Now that is important.
Yeah,
he sees a mid block.
The interesting thing is he's going to draw 2 cards with the explosives.
Yeah, so
and
anything
the
that really
explosives on
happened
that turn was huge.
Yeah,
in the sense that he's going to give away the hand knowledge and get new cards that Tim doesn't know about.
Right.
And
get rid of
the swordfish.
So
and he didn't get 1; he got 2. So
right.
like revoke. Not that it's static anyways, but it's just it's like safety blanket.
Yeah, it's super safety.
In a
blanket.
77 card deck, you cannot ask for a better run than that in this game.
100%. Let's see. I feel like most of James's attacks, or cards in general, running blocks. The only ones I'm not seeing are Chainblade, Dauntless Hero, which is just drawing him more cards. So he's going to be
Bebop Blues.
Bebop Blues is a 1. He's going to be. That's probably a 3 of in this matchup. But the rest of it, with a 77 card deck, you are really, really likely to rip blocks off the top.
Yeah,
of
he's a block heavy deck.
Yeah.
His deck is really just a safe deck that's relying really strongly not on the effects on the cards, but on the fact that Asimov and Katerina themselves are so strong.
Yeah.
Like you can get all your damage right from them.
Yeah, he absolutely loses to Bang, but we haven't seen as much Bang in this tournament as we have seen.
He
in
also
prior
loses
tournaments.
fairly heavily to Stop.
Yeah, Stop will do it.
Yeah.
All right, so Tim activated Reclaiming. I cannot see him not going in here. You know his hand. You want him to pop the Homemade just so that he can't do this later if you can get another prepared or another Reclaiming once ours down. I feel like you just at least want to bait a Homemade or try to see if you can get some of that off the board because you know your Swordfish is going away. The problem is that his Dagger Strike may be the only low block in his hand, and if it is, he needs that for the Power Stones. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 foundations down. Like he does not want to take 11.
No, and he can pass anything right now. It's except for maybe 7 blocks,
Right.
but he can pass any of his attacks.
He would
because
really
he's
prefer to pass 7 attacks at this point. He's just not going to get the chance to do
for
that.
sure.
His deck could draw more than 2 attacks at a time. That'd be great. I'm sure that's what he's saying in his head right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think he might almost be thinking right now, why am I not running 33 attacks?
Right. Yeah. Actually, when we were playing in teams, he ran 24 attack Jet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a crazy amount of attacks. But that's Tim. Tim has everything calculated to a science.
Tim finds ways to make this work. I mean, he ran high attack account Mitsurugis and beat me in the PTCs and all sorts of things before.
So yeah, he's got it down to a science. He just needs to get anything, and his deck is not handing him that.
No, I see another fueled up on the right side there.
Yeah.
Certainly some attacks in the middle and a revoke on the left.
Problem
maybe.
is, fueling up doesn't affect homemade explosives in any way because the weird
You can't
static.
negate it.
Yeah, the static ability on the card.
Statics are king.
Yeah, interestingly enough, like that card could have just said destroy an asset and then all that other information, but because it has that specific static ability on it, it really makes his gameplay a lot harder here.
Homemade explosives is one of the best assets in the game, in my opinion.
100%. Yeah, definitely. And there's so many strong assets right now, you have to play it.
Yeah.
All right, so Tim is just taking his time. The problem is his other 2 cards he drew have no blocks, so he can go in here, but he doesn't know what he's going to draw off the homemade explosives. He doesn't have guaranteed lethal. He doesn't even have close to lethal at this point. The double finding what was lost is only going to give him plus 4 damage total if they both go off. And he doesn't have any other clear out of the card pool unless he can get the revoke out. So
yeah, no, he's in a really bad spot because the way this Spike 2 deck is built to play is it's meant to put constant pressure on the opponent. It's trying to draw attacks every turn and put the pressure on the opponent.
Yeah.
And it's not doing that right now.
He does have an interesting play where he goes Herald of Germania. Oh wait, even if he revokes the homemade explosives, he still gets the draw. This is horrible for Tim, man.
Yeah, the static is so strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the way that card was worded changes the whole dynamic right now.
Yeah.
And that, like you said, the double homemade was the clutch play.
Oh, it's so clutch.
Yeah.
It's so clutch.
So the fact that Tim ripped a Prepared to Fight out of his hand, and I think he's going to go for a build here or he may go for a poke just for some momentum, but I think we're going to see a build. He knows that the deck is thick. And he knows that there's only so many Prepared to Fights he can have. He ripped a Prepared to Fight out. He may just be comfortable playing Foundation, pass.
Yeah.
It's not going to be comfortable, but at least it's a better rationalization than be like, I'm going to throw these 3 attacks at you, and now I'm going to have no defense going into my next turn.
The main. Oh, he's letting us look at his hand now. He's got revoke and a couple attacks and things like that. And I mean, exactly what's going through his head is not can I kill him?
Yeah.
It's, how do I get value out of this hand to win this game? And
I
right
think
now,
it's exposition fueling a pass.
it's a very dangerous hand, right?
Yeah.
Because he can't block very much. If he attacks, he might not gain anything.
Right.
Because you know the explosives are coming. If he explosives into blocks, Tim's going to be throwing away attacks, doing no damage, and having nothing to survive with.
And if we see the season guide going on the next turn from James, that's just going to make those those homemade explosives just so much stronger.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I mean, I think it's the two build in the pass.
I think it's
and
that's all you can do.
That's the only way to survive
He
here.
may just do one build and pass because he doesn't want to play into Power Stone as much. But I don't
Yeah.
know if that one damage is going to save him at this
That's
point.
right. He may one build pass and then review the foundation if he doesn't get attacked.
Yeah, but even then, that doesn't really save him. One damage in this matchup. Asimov and Katerina count to a billion. They don't need one damage to edge out their opponent.
And I mean, the thing about A&K now is with 2 explosives, if Tim does not attack here, those explosives are going to be used to make him 8 hand size on an attack turn.
8 hand size and +4 damage.
And +4 damage.
And that's going to hurt.
Yep. And getting rid of the swordfish if we have not already forgot that the swordfish is gotten rid of.
Yeah. Well, he just has to remember to play it as his first one.
Yeah, things have gone so well for James in this set.
James has got
finding 2 out of 3 of those assets on this turn. In the first game, going second, or I guess even going first, he had so many prepared to fights. He has just been seeing what he needs to fight Tim.
Yeah. So we got rid of one of the homemades, and I think I see Tim contemplating swinging here. He's been thinking long and hard about this. He's a very cold and calculated player, especially when there's no time limit, and his deck is fast, and both of these decks are fast.
If anyone can find a way to win this, it's Tim, but I don't think he can. I don't think there is, unless things dramatically change and flip on their head. I don't think he can win here.
He needs to build 2. He needs to pass turn, probably review his revoke because I don't see any super crazy enhances. But no, he's going right in there, and honestly, that mid block would be really nice just in case there's Bloody Eye Rushdown coming.
Yeah, I mean the decision was I have to put pressure. I have to hope he doesn't draw attacks next turn.
Yeah,
because if he doesn't draw any attacks next turn, he will not be able to use those homemade explosives offensively.
So he went ahead and used that homemade explosive. So
he used both or just one?
Well, the other one was removed in the Herald of Germania. So basically, he got rid of that threat of 8 hand size +4 damage.
Yes,
which is exactly what he needed to do here. Actually, that was a very solid play.
Yeah.
The real question is how many Dust Crushers and how many Bloody Eye Rampages does James draw next turn?
Oh, because Tim is praying he doesn't draw.
Fingers crossed.
A couple of times.
Maybe if he keeps drawing like crap, his opponent will eventually draw like crap.
It's bound to happen. It's bound to happen, but it has happened.
Happen.
It has happened.
We're just going to see if it will happen. Otherwise, Tim is in.
And that's some of the best part of UFS is there's draw variability, there's check variability, there's lots of randomness to play with.
Yeah, and it looks like James just ate it. He ripped a chain blade, so he did rip one of his non-blocks here.
Oh wow!
So,
Things might be turning. The tide might be turning.
I don't think Tim has enough damage to get it out here though. Is the
oh
problem.
no! And I said earlier a few minutes ago that he's not thinking how I can kill him. He's thinking how can I get value out of this hand.
Yeah.
And I think he thinks.
This is Dagger Strike.
This is Dagger Strike, and Dagger Strike's just really good if you have lots of attacks. But
you don't have lots of attacks. It's not as good. So the interesting thing, Tim is going to be going into his turn bluffing all of his blocks.
Yeah.
He's going to keep those 2 foundations in his hand, or he's going to keep a foundation and a revoke.
Yeah. He's going to bluff 4-card block.
He's going to bluff a 4-card hand and say, "Hey, kill me." And if James feels like he can answer that, then.
Which is funny because last year in Worlds when Tim beat me in the semifinals, I did the exact same thing. I drew 7 cards with 1 mid block, no low blocks, and I played 2, kept 5, and bluffed that I had blocks.
That you had a million blocks.
And he didn't care. I mean, of course he didn't care.
Yeah, he swung in. And given the amount of time that he took to think of that play, honestly, I feel like that sort of shows his hand a little bit.
It reveals the bluff a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if James is onto that or not.
Well, we'll see what happens, honestly. But yeah, that's he took a very long and hard think about that.
Yeah.
And
it looks like we had some eye capsule searching or something. Because there's some shuffling and cutting going on.
Yeah, I believe that was the one where all of the capsules
spill
out.
Yes,
yeah. All right. So there's a committed refusing to let go. Is he using that ability?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure he did and reduced it. That might have been on the last attack that he did that when he didn't have a block.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know what the vitality is.
Yeah.
We might be right with 20.
Yeah.
But we might not be.
I'm wondering if James thinks... I don't think James can safely... Oh, he's going to go for the block reversal here. So, yeah, he's kind of calling Tim's bluff here. He's like, all right, I know you don't really have enough attacks to kill me because you're going in, but that took way too long to think.
Yes.
So, and now here is going to be a probably 9 damage, 6 or so speed. Maybe more than that. Chain Blade. And Tim doesn't have a mid block. And that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, these numbers get really high really fast.
Those numbers build like crazy, and Tim is looking for literally. Tim has no answer to this whatsoever.
Yeah, this is not what Tim wanted. Tim's got to be thinking, do I just take this and hope he doesn't draw attacks? Do I block it and make my hand even weaker?
He absolutely has to take it. The problem is Tim is probably going to. Let's see. What life is he at? Is Asimov and Katerina really at 16?
Yes.
Okay, so that's. Okay, so he's just going to build out here.
Yeah, like we said, he couldn't kill him.
Oh, that feels really bad.
He's not bluffing. He's
not even bluffing. He has 2 cards in hand, and he's saying don't draw attacks.
Yep.
And let's see if James's luck can finally run dry for one game.
I see a Dust Crush, or I see a
Hyper Bomb. Oh, that's a Power Stone. If there's only 2 attacks in his hand and he can't draw any more cards, it won't be a problem. But I think there may be 3. That's definitely
no hesitation. I'm fairly sure he feels
confident here. He feels James Stevens 1.0 coming out. Now I'm interested to see because I think that there is only 1 attack in his hand. I think the hand is Armor Expert, Fei, Prepared to Fight, Bloody Eye Capsule, something else. But regardless, maybe 2 Feis. Tim is okay. He's just moving around. I was like, he's picking up his cards. This doesn't seem right. James doesn't really have any draw on the table. But he does have Hyper Bomb, and if Tim is smart,
doesn't unblocked, no draw.
I think he's going to have to take this if he's cognizant of all of what James is playing. But that is going to be a 10 damage Hyper Bomb.
Oh yeah, and things just keep readying on James's side of the field.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it's sort of the mentality that I have as a player playing defensive against is not knowing what James has in his hand is I don't know what his other attack's going to be.
Take it.
If I can, like you can take it, but he only has 1 zone on block.
Yeah,
is the problem, and that zone is low. So I guess if you can block this and revoke the next ability.
And that's what Tim's thinking.
And that's exactly what Tim is doing.
That's
so
exactly
yeah,
what Tim's
you're
doing.
going to get a block.
Right.
You're going to try to revoke the next ability, and you're going to hope that there's no more attacks in there. And currently there isn't.
Well, no, I think there is 1 more.
I think it's just Power Stone.
Yeah, that's
unless he
one.
rips an Avarice off the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and he can revoke the Power Stone's damage.
Exactly.
So I think he should live. I don't think he can get the rest of the damage from other things.
Yeah, he's going to need to draw.
I can't see it from the glare on all of them.
There's the revoke, and he ripped an MC3 off the top of the deck. That's one less attack Tim gets to see next turn.
He's like not drawing that.
Yeah, he's like, I can't. This is terrible. Why is this happening? All right, so James is now doing math, and he's realizing he can't quite kill him. Now, what can happen? He can go to build and hit the. Oh, wait a minute. How much damage is that? How much damage has he got? He's got 6 damage off the board. He's got 2 damage on refusing to let go if he wants it. So that's 8 damage. That puts him to 12. So he's going to be 3 damage short here if he really tries to go for it. So he's not going to do that.
Yeah, I mean you're right. He can always draw off of a check.
If he hits an Avarice into an attack, that's going to be sad and hype at the same time. All right, so that is a 10 damage Power Stone, and that's all it is. He still has a Prepared to Fight in hand. Tim's got the Fueling Up response, or not the Fueling Up, but the Iron Grit response.
Yep.
So Tim is going to go down to 5 here.
I think Iron Grit's actually an enhance.
Yeah,
in the sense that you cannot block with an action,
right,
which makes it not that great. He can block a different one with the action,
right.
But he obviously going to do it on the one that's the multiple creator.
All right, I'm having a gut feeling here. So Tim gets it. Tim finally gets his good hand. He goes in. James goes to block and checks Avarice, rips Chain Blade, and reverses and kills him.
Yeah, that's quite possible.
Watch that. If that happens, I'm gonna pop off. I'm gonna pop off. Come on, buddy.
Tim's drawn attacks.
Okay, there we go.
Tim has finally drawn a hand that he wants.
Tim has
finally drawn an attack.
His 66 card deck is finally giving him his 27 attacks. This is very exciting. Let's see if Tim can pull a game out. Let's go. Let's see a game 3 here. I want to see a game 3. All right.
Not prepared to fight.
And he's got double finding what was lost. That is a pile of damage on the board. And James doesn't have a whole lot of card draw here. He's got Armor Expert to draw, and he's got 2 cards in hand.
No, this game has just turned around completely after that last turn where Tim was thinking so long and hard. It's just what I said. He needed a complete reversal and turnaround of luck.
And this might be
that hand draw right there is exactly what he
does have a Prepared to Fight in hand, but
I have a feeling the checks are going to be bad. I think Sean Canada's here.
Oh yeah, Sean Canada ruins checks and lives. So we're gonna. I think so. He has to kind of just go for the MC3 if he wants to get the Iron Grit value off the Prepared to Fight.
Yeah.
We'll see how James' response to this, but
this really is one of the god hands from Tim though. He drew a Kakosho as well.
Oh, did he really?
Yes. Yeah, I saw Kakosho in that. Like it's almost like he just has to sequence it, and that's what he's thinking about now because the sequencing is very difficult still.
Yeah, with the Prepared to Fight in the deck, sequencing is always
Prepared to
Fight
and Kakosho in the deck as well. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Tim is working on his. Tim is crafting his win here if he can get it.
If he can get it, yeah. I'm tense. Are you tense?
Well, yeah, I'm
We're
really
sitting here
tense.
supposed to talk, but I'm just tense. I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen.
So do you think you would MC3 here first, or would you lead in with Dagger Strike just based on the number of foundations you've got down?
I mean, I think it's Dagger Strike all day.
You think it's Dagger Strike
I think
all
it's
day?
Dagger Strike
Okay.
all day. I mean, I think
The scary part is he blocks Dagger Strike. He blocks Dagger Strike with a prepared to fight, and then he's got another card in his hand that he can just as easily block anything else with and pitch any multiples out. So getting that first multiple to go off, that's my number one priority. But at the same time, checking that 6 is real hard when you run 27
I mean, he
attacks.
has to assume it's a 3, right? So he's probably doing the math on, like, if I do this 6 out the gate, it's a 3. Right?
Yeah.
What happens?
Right.
He's also probably thinking, does he have the prepare to fight in hand?
Right.
How many are in that discard pile? What are the
Yeah.
odds of him having
But
that
the fact
prepare
that
to
you've
fight?
got the answer down right now, like, I think you have to use it just in case.
Yeah, I do. You're probably right. It probably is MC3 first, enhance with the Iron Grit, and get the multiple out of it.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And he does get a re-ready off the Kikosho and off of the Swordfish Plasma Cannon in his hand. So failing a check here might not be the worst thing in the entire universe because he's got plenty of
a couple of
resources to
re-ready.
re-ready.
Yeah.
He also gets the exposition to commit, which is nice. Okay, we got a Spiders. Ooh, I didn't see that.
No, that was on the far left.
Uh-huh. Okay,
Oh,
he's
and his Iron
going
Grit.
Dagger
His
Strike.
Iron Grit. Or, sorry, Dagger
Dagger
Strike.
Strike.
Yeah, and see, that's what I said I would probably do.
I think you should first commit the exposition there, considering that's playable while committed. But, you know,
Yeah.
if he doesn't fail any checks for the rest of the time, that's going to feel pretty bad.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if James is just going to go for the straight-up prepared to fight block here to just prevent any future incoming.
James does have some tools to defend and survive here. He's got the -3 speed on the Feifei.
Yeah.
He can draw a card with Armor Expert after taking a hit if he's not liking his hand. He's got options too.
He's got plenty of options. Okay, so the exposition play was actually a smart play because he's going to use that face down to multiple first.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we got here? It's Tim. I shouldn't be calling him out. I'm always wrong.
Hey, it was very debatable what he was starting with.
It was debatable.
I mean,
but
I
at the
said
same
Dagger
time-
Strike.
Okay, so he just took 4. He goes down to 12. We now have a 4 diff MC3. You have to play that next. That is 100% the right play, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you get that Iron Grit play, unless he wants to just go for the Swordfish Gunfire. But yeah, no, it's going to be the MC.
Oh, wow.
All right, he got it.
He checked the 3 on the
And now
MC
he's
like I
got-
said he would.
Now he's got that beautiful two foundations. Those are both going to end up in his card pool as momentum or
Let's see.
multiple second
Let's
game.
see if he does do the Iron Grit. Let's see what he does here.
Man, if he doesn't, that'll be a criminal misplay. But I have faith in our Tim Keefe here.
Yeah.
All right, we got another minus. He's just re-readying to have the resources, even though he only has 2 cards in hand. All right. Oh, he did enhance. That is going to be a respond on that MC3 to burn him for another
burn
2.
him, yeah.
We got your multiple here. All right. Are we going to see that multiple? Of course we are. And now the real question is, are we going to see that Iron Grit?
That's the real question.
Okay. Ooh. Are we starting our
I'm
final
pretty-
with less
I'm pretty
bumps? He's moving it around like he's using it, but maybe Tim just likes to reorganize his staging area. That's the
Well,
kind of
where
guy
is
he
the Iron Grit?
The Iron Grit's.
It's the top one, right?
Top
This-
one right
yeah, it's
there
on the- yeah.
on the left. But the final one was lost. I'm not sure if he's using that right now.
No, I don't
would
know.
definitely wait until I've got.
I
2
mean,
cards
he
in
might
the
have
play.
game anyways, just with the finding what's lost.
was
There's so much damage there.
Ooh, there was no Iron Grit on that. And now he's got it. Now James has not 1 but 2 answers to multiple, just sitting right there.
Yeah.
And that feels horrible, considering the fact that he gets an answer.
But like
option
I
to
said,
draw.
there's a lot of damage. A lot of damage on that finding what's lost. A lot.
There is.
If he is not chain blocking here, he's still gonna die.
Yeah, I
So
think-
let's see what happens.
I think Tim plays his other multiples it out and lets him do the prepare to fight response, and then he just kills him with double finding what was lost on the next 2 attacks. Because Tim ripped pretty good.
Yeah.
James just has to keep the defense here a little bit longer. I wonder if he's kicking himself with the Iron Grit, or maybe he wanted to play into it.
I don't know. He might have wanted to play into it. He might have just really wanted the block.
Yeah, and the extra damage. Does he have an ace maneuver in hand? I don't think I saw one.
No, I think it's
Oh, he checked.
Kikosho, and I think it's the reversal 4 diff attack.
Urban
And
Shower.
I'm not sure what the third one is, but it is also another attack.
Yeah, I think there's a Swordfish Plasma Cannon in his
Yes.
hand. Yeah.
Yeah, and Tim's doing some math. He's thinking how many can he half block and I'll still beat him and things like that.
Right. And the main thing is that he still has an armor expert ready in the staging area, so he can eat if he can take any of these attacks, he can eat draw, and depending on what he gets, that'll decide the game. Because Tim's committed in here. There's no way.
Tim's all in.
Yeah.
No, he's just figuring out how can I do it.
And
he might not be able to do it if James draws lucky or stops him.
That Iron Grit play, like honestly,
I think
seems
I would
like
have
that was
Iron Gritted.
important. Yeah, definitely. All right, we've got our Urban Space Salvo in here.
Yeah.
And that card does not discard from card pool. He's used Spike's Enhance twice. He's used it on the MC3 and he's used it on the Dagger Strike. So he's not going to be able to get the static ability off that card.
He's getting the damage off it right now.
Yeah, he's getting the damage out of it. I think James does have the mid block here, but he may just take it to Armor Expert. Okay, Secret Stash is happening. I think this is going to be from Momentum discard because he does not want to get that multiple Sue Swordfish down if he happens to use all his blocks first.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, he's still got the spike.
Oh no, he is actually just fishing. All right.
Okay.
Let's see how this plays out because I think what's the damage count on Finding What Was Lost right now? It's 3, right?
I think so.
Dagger Strike.
I think it's
MC3
max, isn't
and
it?
the.
Can you show us Finding What's Lost? I think.
Oh, the spiders. Okay, yeah. So counts at 4. So those are +4 damage on 2 attacks right now.
Yeah.
So it would be really nice for him to get one more out so that he can make this lethal.
Oh no, there is no max.
There's no max. No.
I knew there was a limit, and it says for twice per turn.
Yeah, twice per turn is the only limit on that card. If you can clear out your entire card pool, you definitely pump the crap out of that damage and just win. All right. So he took it. We're going to see a response from Armor Expert. I'm not seeing him move his hand toward the card, and that makes me a little nervous that James is just thinking that maybe I can just block the next one and live.
Oh, that's an interesting play by James. I don't know. I would block it if I could.
I think I would. Yeah, you could block it here. I'm not sure about taking it. Just taking it and drawing doesn't feel bad, I think.
Not with all the readying in the deck.
Did he take it? They just seem to be sitting.
He's definitely taken it because he went from 10 to 5.
Okay. So now Tim is just...
James might not even be fully aware of Armor Expert's other ability. He might just have used it so much today to stack that he might not see it as a draw option.
I mean,
I don't know.
Anyone can misplay at any level.
When you got two, we just saw Tim not use the
Iron Grit.
I
misplayed plenty in my match.
Oh,
so
same here. Everyone does it. But that's what I'm curious about because it's not like he's put it in a prominent position where he could play it. And see it.
That's not going to be good for James here. He's got one card in hand. He cannot afford to take any of these attacks. He has to block.
That's what I mean.
Armor Expert value is not there right now.
Yeah, because he can't do it at all anymore. At 5 life, you can't take another one.
Yeah. All right, so you remove that. 3 readies. All right. So he's going to block this one, but he's going to die to the next one.
See, I think I would Armor Expert.
That's an Iron Knuckle.
That's an Iron Knuckle. And see, I would Armor Expert there all day long, just because he can ready everything. He could block,
Yeah, absolutely.
He doesn't need it ready to block.
Yeah,
I would have Armor Expert.
He needed to draw that card because his deck is so block heavy. All right. Oh, he's got Humanity Sentry down. All right. So
sure. Yeah.
I think this is actually okay for James here. I think James may be able to pull this one out as long as he can make sure that
he's going to survive this
he can
attack.
full block that one. Ooh, God, that's so bad for Tim. That is so bad for Tim. 5 check, draws card, feels good. It's like Christmas for James.
Yeah.
James's Christmas has come. And
if that was a 3 check, he'd be significantly more committed.
Yeah, and there's still a Fei in James's staging area here.
Yeah.
Is this Tim's last card?
I think so. I think it's all in on this.
Yeah. So he's got a hope, and I don't. It's a Swordfish Plasma Cannon. I think we only saw mid blocks.
Yeah. I think he's gonna Iron Grit here.
Well, that won't stop him from being able to prepare to fight.
But if he has an action in his hand,
that's true. But as a prepared to fight, you might as well Iron Grit it because this is your last damn chance. So this is going to be +2, then +4/4. So that's going to be a total of plus. Sorry, I can't do math. It's essentially a crap ton of damage.
It's multiple 2. It's a crap ton of damage.
I think James only has mid blocks in here.
Yeah.
And if this hits,
that prepared to fight is such a problem. Though.
Yeah, I don't actually know. I don't know if Tim is our best rules lawyer, but I think he should understand the ruling where you can discard the multiples out from prepared to fight. I feel like that makes sense, but
Well, it's definitely how it works.
It's definitely how it works.
I do it all the time.
And that's the scary part. I'm surprised Tim didn't exposition off this.
Yeah.
That the extra 2 speed could be helpful, even though I know he's got so many
I
face
mean,
down.
it comes down to if he full blocks this,
I don't, he
James
doesn't-
lives.
I don't think he's got the full block though. I think.
Well,
I think
then
this
he's
is-
dead,
I think
maybe.
he's going to be dead.
I think he's dead.
Unless Tim needs to commit these damage pumps right now, right? And I don't see him doing that. Okay, we did. Okay, we got there.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Maybe James didn't understand how prepared to fight works.
I do not know what was going on in that game
Yeah.
from a viewer point of view.
I was surprised we didn't see dice move, but at the same
I
time,
do-
if you just
I do
say
not
here's
know.
+8,
Yeah,
then
and
they're not
I mean,
prepared.
I think it was a classic mistake not armor experting, because if he could draw the low block, I didn't see what it was what it would have drawn.
Right.
But you just do that.
I think he actually would have drawn the artifice there.
Yeah. So probably not what he needed.
Well, he needed a high block because those were all highs.
was that high?
Those were all highs.
I thought that was a low. Oh well, then it is.
Yeah, Swordfish Plasma Cannon right there.
Okay.
So,
Oh wow. Well then he lost because he doesn't have enough armor.
yeah. Sounds like he wasn't very prepared to fight.
No. And I mean, you started off this telecast by saying, "Hey, Garrett, you're the only one who plays armor
I'm
expert."
hype. I don't know about you guys.
Dave Wagner from the Peanut Gallery is incredibly hype here. Yeah, so we get to see our game 3 here. Tim has seen probably 10 attacks total
Oh.
for the last
Oh,
2
God.
games. So
He
if we're
needed
gonna
that
see
hand.
attacks,
He needed that.
If we're going to see attacks any game, it's gonna be this game.
Oh my
This
gosh.
is where the UFS gods bestow upon you the game plan you want to see. I feel like the Asimov and Katerina deck
Yep.
has seen plenty of luck so far.
Yeah.
So
Tim has got to win going second here.
Yeah.
Like, that is what he's thinking.
Yeah.
A&K is thinking, I get to go first. I should still have this. I
Right.
just lost. But the thing about UFS is, if you lose and they went first, you can either brush it off and say, I was behind all game, I
Right.
couldn't get in it, I'm going to do that to him this game and win. Or you can be mentally defeated and say, oh, I lost.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to lose again.
There's only one right option there.
No, I know there's only one right option there, but it's going to be testing his mettle either
yeah.
way.
Most definitely.
And if he's got the mettle, we're going to see an AK win.
Tim Keefe is a robot. He has nothing but metal.
No, Tim's fine. I'm concerned about James Stevens here after a loss, how he responds.
All right, I see.
Especially if he realizes he didn't armor expert into that high block.
Yeah. Oh, Tim's hand had so much promise. We had a dagger strike and a space salvo.
Did we get a
and
mulligan?
No follow-up. I think we're going to see a review, petrol powered, try to draw an attack here.
Well, he likes to attack turn one if he can.
He wants to see an ace maneuver incredibly badly right now because he can probably force that in because Az and Cat are tapped.
Yes. Yeah.
But he also may not want to do that because their blocking is so good. If he gets a couple fades down, this is going to be bad. So let's see here.
Start with
Securing did come in. Okay.
Yep.
That is super dangerous. Is that a chain blade on 5? Oh, didn't get it.
No, and that's an okay start for him.
Yeah, that's a fine start.
I think he wanted more with the non-progressive out of the season guide start.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he really failed, but we'll see.
Okay, so Tim is going in here.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because he really doesn't have a whole lot of follow-up to this. Maybe he's just trying to bait them reclaiming what's ours.
No, it's very important for him to attack going second.
Yeah.
Turn
I guess he
one.
wants to get his momentum as quickly as possible.
Well, he wants to get the momentum. He wants to get damage in.
Yeah. Okay, we got a power stone block out. Okay, that was very quick and dirty. I
Well,
like
you
it.
see, and that's important, right? I mean,
All right, and then we got next card, petrol powered. Okay, so he's just going to go ahead and build his 3 and let it ride, which isn't. I mean, it's not great. That was honestly really underwhelming.
no, I mean, for Tim, it's not a bad thing because he got to clear. He's definitely going to get his build anyways. That's the nice thing about Spike 2 is you can attack, you can poke, and
Right.
you're not getting punished because you can use the E and clear it.
Yeah, but it just feels bad to not be able to force that damage in on turn
No,
1.
there's no forcing.
Yeah.
It's more of a did you hold the right block?
Well, if there was another attack in his hand, like an ace maneuver, he could go space salvo,
Yes.
or he could go
Yeah.
space salvo, discard,
Yep.
iron,
Yeah.
dagger strike, and then hit him
Versus
with that.
holding it and crafting and hoping to get a hand with more attacks.
Yeah, and even then, the hand with just hitting some early momentum is very, very important in this matchup. Oh no, the +1 life gain on Spike, that hurts. Okay, yeah, he's just gonna go ahead and revoke that. He doesn't want to lose his foundations.
Yeah,
right
I was going
now.
to say this is perfect opening for A&K because
Yeah.
you're one vitality down and you can use the hyper bomb.
Looks like he just ate that 5. James is gonna draw himself a card. He's got some foundations in his hand. Let's see. I also see a Dust Crusher, which he may head down here. Nope, just gonna go safe play. Seems reasonable.
Seeing lots of poke and build going on.
Lots
in
of
this
poke and
matchup.
build, which is perfect for A&K. This is exactly what they want to be able to do. And Tim just wants to draw. Tim just wants to draw a hand of spiders and dragons, 4 attacks, and wipe this game right out. I see spiders and dragons. I see 2 spiders and dragons and an MC3. and a space salvo.
Yeah, we're gonna see
and a bang.
gonna
His hand is good in a lot of different ways, which might not be the best thing in the universe right now.
No, you
he's
kind
got
of
a
want a
hand.
fluid attack,
want-
but he has choices. He has
Yeah.
choices. I think we're definitely going to see spiders and dragons.
Yeah, spiders and dragons.
Whether
Probably-
or not he's going all in or not, I think we're going to. We might even see one spiders and dragons hold the other one for a block.
Yeah, he's got the bang right now, so it doesn't hurt him to go ahead and. I think he's got Dagger Strike MC3, so it doesn't hurt him to go Spiders, MC3, or Spiders, Dagger Strike MC3, because he does also have that Iron Grit down. And James is a 77 card deck. I mean, he's thinking to himself right now, does James have that prepared to fight? Because he cannot go Spiders, MC3.
Yeah,
That is
and,
way
and
too
I
risky.
mean, James does have the prepared to fight because he's had it every game, every
game.
turn,
Yeah,
all turn.
every single time. Okay, we've got double spiders out, and we've got ourselves a space salvage one. And the full 5 check pass, which is incredibly important. We're going to see some flips. I think there was a refusing to let go that's going to go upside down. Something else. The glare is very strong in this metagame. There's a lot of glare going on in UFS right now.
Definitely. It's a very shiny game.
Very shiny game at the moment. Platinum has made sure of that. No game will be complete without plenty of glare.
We're talking about anti-commentator tech on the A and K cards.
Absolutely,
right now.
absolutely. It's overpowered. Honestly, we should ban all platinum so that we can see the cards.
At least errata.
At least errata.
Errata off some foil. Come on.
Just rip some of that off there. No, the foiling on platinum looks great. Regardless,
No, it does look awesome.
We have a space salvo. It's 5 damage. Let's
Yeah.
see where this goes from here.
3 mid for 5.
It feels bad to go ahead and block this as James, because you know that your opponent only has 3 cards left in hand. You've got the prepared to fight in hand, but you kind of want to wait until he's
Yeah.
got like an extra momentum just in case. there's
Right,
a
but
bigger
if we're
swordfish coming.
talking about the way he played game 1,
Yeah.
he blocked with those prepared to fights.
Yeah.
But as you just said, it feels bad to block here, and
It feels
he took
really
it.
bad to
He
block
let
here.
it through.
He let it right through. I wonder now if Tim is going to go ahead and go with the MC3. He's got the Iron Grid on board. He has to use that, and that MC3 is a 6 high for 10.
Yeah.
With that space salvo active, plus he gets the 2 spiders and plus 3 damage off
No,
the
I
final
know,
was
but
lost.
in this case, he is going to be walking right into a prepared to fight.
But he's got the Iron Grit in play,
well,
so he can prevent prep. He can guarantee 10 damage if there's a prepared to fight in play. I believe James's other 2 cards are 2 Dust Crushers.
Yes.
So with that,
no. I think he has a Power Stone in his hand.
a Power Stone. Okay,
I think I
regardless,
saw Power Stone.
It's
prepared.
low blocks. It's low blocks for day.
No, I know, and
So the Iron Grid actually makes that MC3 unblockable.
Yep.
So regardless if he multiples or not, he's still getting a free 10 damage.
I don't know if he's going to use the Iron Grit.
He has to.
He might think, like last game, he was going to block with the prepared first. And he didn't use the Iron Grit last time.
I believe in Tim here. I think you have to use the Iron Grit in this case.
I think you do too. I mean, why do you put it in your deck if you're not going to use it?
Exactly. And against a deck that runs main board 4 prepared to fights, you got to do it. This is the time right here, and that could be that's a force.
It's critical.
That
critical.
puts A and K down to 12.
Yeah, if he does. Oh, and he's banging something.
What is he banging?
I don't know. I don't think he's banging the character. He must be banging one of the
James
cards
is
that we
checking.
cannot see because of the foil.
Yeah. Does he have refusing to let go down? That would be
Okay,
great.
yeah. So he probably banged refusing to let go.
Okay, yeah.
But
Put him
are
over
we
price to
going to see
please
the
Iron
Are we
Grit.
going to see the Iron Grit?
Please Iron Grit. I just want it so bad. I just want it so bad.
Yeah,
Please turn that card.
Oh my god.
He's reaching for it.
There's no reason not to.
There's no reason not to. You can't block anything. You might as well just do it. Come on, buddy. There it is. There it is. We got it. We got
We
it.
got it?
We
We got
got
it?
the Iron Grid.
Oh
That
my
is-
God.
that- So that's 10 damage to A and K's face. They're going to be at 12. I think Tim's. I don't actually remember what Tim's last cards are, but
I don't think he
regardless,
has any more attacks.
He
don't
doesn't.
think
He doesn't have any more attacks.
Yeah.
Wait, what? 13? Nah, he's at 10. If he was at 22 before, he did just take 10 there.
Yeah. And there was some huge damage on that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to block this
Oh, he took
one.
13. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, he's at 9.
Yeah. So I think this is where his vitality is going to stop going down.
Yeah. And so there's a prepared to fight block, and he didn't even get to discard the multiple out, like just off base. So that feels bad for James.
Yeah,
And James
and
here
he
is.
passed, yeah.
If he's holding that Power Stone, this is the right time to play it. But it looks like he drew into a lot of gray.
Did he?
Yeah. That's at least 4, maybe 5
Wow.
foundations.
What a reversal of fates here
Yeah,
for,
this is-
for the ANK player.
This
he
is
had
rough.
a stranglehold on this
Okay,
game.
so we do have our Dust Crusher coming out. Let's see. I don't actually know what Tim's defensive pieces are right now, like in terms of blocking.
I lost track of his hand
I
after
think
the
he had a
attacks.
revoke, but I'm not 100% on that. And regardless, revoke is what you want here because there's no way you're blocking any
It's
of
just
this.
if he
with
had
the bloody
a
high gaps on play.
revoke, it's just really weird that he didn't save the revoke for the refusing and save the bang for the Katerina this turn.
Yeah.
So I don't think he has a revoke.
Okay, that's fair. It's honestly it's the only card that lets him block anything this turn, but he's just kind of he doesn't have to worry about it because James didn't draw attacks.
Yeah,
right,
he doesn't
let's
know
see
that.
here.
Because see, there you go. We got poke into build. And
Poke and build, and that's all Asimov Katerina's game plan has been. But if you look at his hand, like there's no prepared to fight.
No.
There's not a whole lot of extra card draw. The
Asimov
securing
and Katerina, he has to be very careful how he plays out these cards
Yeah,
because he has to survive.
the
He has
securing
to
his
be.
destiny is very important right now. If Tim doesn't see his spiders, all right. I see the swordfish plasma cannon.
Oh, and I don't
there's
think-
a spiders. Oh,
There's a spiders, but how many
spiders.
attacks are in that hand?
There's only one, but it has multiple on it. And he also has the Iron Grit down, so he feels pretty confident about the prepare to fight play here. I also don't know how many high. James is not holding any high blocks.
Yeah,
if he
that's what I
just
said.
goes, if
Did
he
he
goes and
play
commits
it?
for it,
Yeah.
he might actually get him because of just the raw damage. Even with the securing his destiny, I think he might actually.
Yeah, but
get
is
him.
Tim gonna have
Is
the
he-
guts to do it with just that attack in his hand?
Yeah, that's fair.
Or versus crafting to make a sure thing? I mean, this is a very difficult
This is
decision for Tim
This is
to
tricky.
make.
Okay, well I see that coming down, and
Well,
he
that's
sees
happening no matter what.
He's got +2 damage.
Moving the dice makes it look like he's gonna attack.
Well, yeah, but we know Tim's a troll. We've already discussed this. Spiders. Now here's the real question. Let us see. Is there still refusing to let go in A and K staging
I would think
area
there
right
must
now?
be.
Oh, that's what's going to be flipped over more than likely.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, he plays that. He flips the refusing. He multiples. I think he might have him.
No, I told you it's such a hard decision
That
with
is
one
a really
attack.
hard
It's such a hard decision.
Honestly, I would have probably just kept the spiders in hand.
Yeah.
Just to be able to block
block.
these nasty low attacks that
Yeah,
come out.
and I mean the
And
sad thing
I
is, as
see
a
a
commentator here, we know he
handful of-
probably could have won there. But
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Hand knowledge is so important. That's what makes UFS such a great game.
I would have done the exact same thing as Tim, though. I would
Yeah.
not have taken that risk.
That's fair. All right, so now we are seeing
We go bloody rampage.
there are at least 3 attacks in James's hand, maybe 4.
Yeah.
This is the turn right here.
Yeah,
that,
he's got the
that-
bloody eye rampage, so he's going to be doing his drawing. He's going to be doing it. This is Tim's turn to survive. If he can survive this, he probably has game.
And I don't think that Spike carries the tools to survive this one.
You don't think
honestly.
so?
I have a feeling we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and see that win right now, but we'll see
We're
what
going to have to
happens.
start an NBA program.
This is actually good for us. This is actually free advertising. We got the commentate on this or NBA
This
program.
is, but I mean, like, I'm serious about this. We should maybe think about it.
Absolutely.
Apparently, you win things when you have a university.
Turns out, God, yeah, they were absolutely monsters this year. This is UFS University's year right now.
The interesting thing, James wasn't on the Omaha team that won,
Yeah.
or the UFS University team that won.
Oh, let's see. Okay, 27 attacks. What is the percentage here that he's going to hit not 1 but 2 foundations off the top to get that Swordbreaker active?
I would say it's pretty
I don't think-
low. I think if it's 2 foundations, like Tim should just scoop because that's
that's just fate telling you don't deserve to win this.
yeah. Pretty much,
that
right?
hurts,
I
that-
mean, you agree, right?
Oh yeah. If Tim hits both of these here, and that's his foundations coming back to just say hello. I know you missed us from game 1. Here we are in game 3 to literally ruin your day.
Yeah, and it's crazy. He's playing a Swordbreaker on an 8 or 7.
7, 'cause
Yeah,
season
season
guide-
in the middle. Yeah,
Season
okay.
guide's in the middle. So
Still.
it's not that crazy. He also has like the aggressive potential of Asimov and Katerina is not just in their damage count, but also in the fact that they can just re-ready all of their cards. So check pass is not as big a deal as it is in other decks.
That's right, and that's why Swordbreaker makes sense in this deck because he can commit out and it's not a big deal.
All right. He hasn't used it yet. He has not used it
Tim
yet.
is probably sweating bullets right now.
Yes, 100%. If I was Tim, I'd be doing those right now. Do not want, cannot has. I wish I knew what Tim's hand was right now.
Me
because
too.
We could see his defensive options, but
I feel it must be okay because he played that Spiders and Dragons.
yeah, hopefully.
I feel if it wasn't full of other blocks, he would have held on to for a
it.
low just because.
You need that. You need to respect Power Stone whenever it's in a deck.
Yeah.
You have to be able to answer that.
Yeah, so we.
I didn't respect Power Stone, and now I'm commentating this match instead of playing it. So here you go. Please. Nope. Okay, we got 2 attacks and 2 3 checks off the top.
Like I said, it would pretty much be impossible.
Yeah. You say that and then it's not. That's the fun part.
I know that, but like, Tim's like, yeah, right. I have foundations in my deck. It's
All
just
right,
like
that is
giggling.
that is a solid 6-mid lethal sword breaker
Yeah, it's
right
up to
there.
12 right now, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is up to 12. It is
Yeah.
exactly Tim's life
I'm
total.
pretty
Tim
sure
is
he has a
forced to
mid block.
And there's a
Yeah,
Herald.
Herald mid block.
Oh, and he checks well because those 2 3s got knocked off the top, so feeling pretty okay about that. Now,
For
blocking
now.
anything else.
Oh,
all
and
right, we
it's-
see defensive play. All right, now Asimov and Katerina is at 9, and he's got the Swordfish gunfire in hand, or Swordfish Flashing Cannon in hand.
Yeah, and I told you, like, I
Let's
didn't see any
dagger
orange
strike.
in that hand.
I think there was an MC3 in there. Okay, I think I saw an ace maneuver and an MC3 and a dagger strike. We may
think so?
have it right about now.
If you saw that, we may have back-to-back Worlds winner. We may have 2 back-to-back Worlds winners back-to-back.
Yeah, who's the other one?
I back-to-backed.
Just kidding. All right, Tim. I'm reasonably sure Tim just ripped 4 attacks, if not 3. Some of them are gonna have multiple. He's got the Iron Grit down if he can just remember to use it.
Yep.
James has a lot of cards in his hand, and he's got draw options. So
James might be able to survive too.
This is not a sure
very
thing.
crazy game.
This is not a sure thing.
This is hugely back and
Tim
forth.
is sitting really low on resources, only 7 foundations. To James is probably well into deadlock at this point. So though the ace maneuver I think that he drew is going to come in really handy in that case.
Yeah, he's at 12. He's at 12. I think foundation count. Assuming that might be his hand though. Maybe he's at 11.
Yeah.
He's at 12. Yeah, I thought it was 12 or 11. He probably has a way to get rid of 1 or 2 though. I don't know if he's thinking about that or not.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. I wish I could have clearly seen the rest of Tim's hand, but I think Tim has to go in here. Like that's way too many foundations, and Asimov Katerina is staging it to just let that slide.
Yeah, I know his window. His
Okay,
window
here
is
we go.
leaving,
Yep.
and so
okay, it
and
was
so
exactly that. So
he
he's
does
got
have
that-
4
he's got his-
attacks.
He's got his 4 attack, and they were ace maneuver. Just all the best attacks right now are in Tim's hand. Tim just has to cobble them together into the best possible offense to knock this giant wall down.
And we're gonna see if the wall can hand stay up.
See how that wall goes up. Man, Tim was like, man, I really wish I had that. What is the 3/5? The one that lets you see his hand.
Reclaiming.
Man, I wish I had Reclaim What's right now. This would be so much easier. Instead, I'm sweating bullets over here.
Yeah.
Like, James doesn't even have a prepare to fight, but after every single time he's drawn it, I think Tim has to respect it. That's one less piece of the board.
Yeah.
Tim is essentially playing at 6 foundations right now. He only has 1 re-ready in hand, so it's going to be interesting to see exactly how he does it. Okay, he's looking through the discard pile. He's counting prepare to fights right now, I guarantee you.
Oh, yeah.
He's just like, okay, there's 1. Okay, there's a bunch of attacks here too, but this is not a build out turn. You can't.
He's looking at the power stone.
He is okay. There's 2 prepared to fights. 3 prepared to fights. Oh man,
He's thinking he
Tim
doesn't
is
have
smelling
it. He's
blood.
thinking he doesn't have it.
Tim is smelling blood right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of draw on James's board though.
This
This is fun and interesting right now. I like that James is checking his discard.
so we
He's
can
like,
get
how
out
many
of
prepared to fights
deadlock
do
if
I
he
feel
wants
like
to.
I have?
Yeah, I thought he might have a way to get out of it, but this is crazy, Keenan. We've been blessed with a very good match to
We've been
commentate
blessed with
compared
it.
to some other ones.
Yeah, there have been some worse matchups to commentate.
Yes, no, this has been a good one.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
very
sure.
back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What is the lead off here? What do you think?
I don't know. Last time you thought the big one, I thought the small one.
Right. Well,
there were no spiders this time to mess with us.
Yeah. Again, with the last game, we weren't really sure if James understood the nuances of how prepared to fight acts.
Yeah.
So if
we're
Tim
not really
thinks that,
sure if he knew about Armor Expert.
Yeah,
at all,
and if
so.
Tim thinks that that's James' mentality going into this, as long as no one has told James that that's how it
He'd
works,
start
in the
small
interim,
again.
he can start small again. Otherwise, he's just going to have to swing that. He's going to have to sling that MC3, I think.
Yeah. And he's definitely going in. So.
Okay,
it is small again, right?
So it is small again.
Pretty sure it's
definitely.
dagger strike start.
All right. So here's the real question though, because if James was going to have the prepared to fight in his hand, so if it doesn't matter really how this goes, this is perfect for Tim. Tim is looking exactly for this right here. Okay, what do we got here? He's red eye capsuling, or he's using Asimov and Katerina's ability to give his opponent's attack damage. I think something like that.
I don't know.
He committed a foundation. Oh no, stun one. I don't know what cards do. I don't know how stun works. What is it? What's a keyword here? All right, so he stunned his T1 of groceries. He got to re-ready his T1 of groceries. This is all fine and good.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, he must have given it -1. He probably stunned the red eye, I would assume.
Yeah, and no, he stunned the T1. And
Oh,
just
did he? Okay.
Re-ready the damn
And
thing.
re-readied it right
it was so
away?
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's the easiest. I can answer your stun one all day. All right. So we've got an attack that's currently doing a maximum of 6 potential damage if Tim chooses to go in spiders, which why wouldn't you at this point? James is holding on to the low block, but I wonder if he's thinking maybe there's another low attack coming next, and Urban Shower would be really scary, and that does a lot more damage. Nope, we're just going to go see that low block.
You're going to see a full block.
We're going to see that clear. There's not a prepared to fight in his card pool, so now Tim knows that like he can safely Iron Grit and not have to worry about it, or just possibly skip it.
Yep. Yeah, or he could think that he's, pokering him by holding on to the prepared to fight.
Right, which is fine with that Iron Grit in play. All right, here's the MC3. He needs a 4. He wants to check a 3 here so he can commit a face down foundation, use it for momentum. He does that exactly perfectly. Tim with these check stackings right here.
Yeah, I mean,
all right.
I have a feeling we might see the demise of A&K here.
It really depends on his defensive options because A&K's got a surprising amount of speed reduction.
I don't know. I think with that Spiders and Dragons for the final 2, that I'm really quite confident in Tim right now, especially the fact that the multiples will be coming.
The multiples are real in this
multiples
case.
will be coming,
Yeah.
and I think we're going to see a multiple.
James is going to have to rip something super nasty off of that Dauntless Hero he's got in play.
Yeah.
And I don't know what, like, again, I can't see some of the cards that are glaring over on this side, but I don't think anything is substantial enough to matter at this point.
Well, one was refusing to let go.
Is that
unless
still
he
in
turned
play?
it down. Yeah,
I think that would have been turned down if that was possible. All right, so we checked well. He only has a couple cards to commit here, but he only has 1 card left in hand in a Dauntless. And Tim gets to clear that. His Spike gets to re-ready. He's got a multiple. It's still lethal coming at him.
Yeah.
And I believe James's 1 card is a low block. So this could be game right here.
Yeah.
We're gonna see being able to threaten lethal on a single attack with no pumps whatsoever is just such a good feeling. Like,
yeah, and I mean that's what Spike 2 is all about.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So he's about taking little things and turning into huge value.
All right, so we're seeing a 2-card commit for something. Not
I'm
sure
pretty
what.
sure he was deciding what else to commit for block.
Oh, for block. Okay, that's right. He had played the block, and we hadn't resolved the multiple yet.
Yeah.
Tim gives us a good head roll.
And now we're into the enhanced step.
We're in the enhanced step.
Yeah.
James is James calculating the odds that he draws a high block here or something? Because I can't.
I don't know, and I don't know if he has a Humanities Keeper or not.
Yeah.
I can't tell.
I can't see Platinum OP. Oh, there it is.
It
There's
is.
Humanities.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he can full block these.
He can full block it, but I don't know how much it's going to matter if he fails his check. That's on a very high number right now.
Yeah, it's on a 5.
He ripped the 5 off the top,
Oh,
but there's
wow.
only so many pieces he's got to commit here.
He's just checking like a god.
He's checking like a god, but also I don't know if he's got the rest of it checked out.
I don't think he has enough, and I
Did he just keep the multiple in the card pool? He didn't even spike it.
Yeah, so we got ace maneuvers coming here.
Okay, well, is there still deadlock on board?
He's
Spike
on
device.
dagger strike.
Oh yeah, he's
used
on dagger strike.
and
That's
the
right.
first. Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah,
Again,
so-
I don't know how cards work. I don't know why I'm even on this stream.
No, you do.
All right, so now he's got the ace maneuver down. That is 5 speed, and there are 3 cards
Yeah.
in James's card pool. And
I
unless
think
one of
he's
those
in deadlock right now still.
is he really 1, 2,
Yeah.
3.
He got down to 9 with the add back.
Yeah, that's a smart play, but unless he's got a Feifei there and he gets a really good card off the top, because I'm pretty sure he's still holding either a mid or a low. This is gonna spell bad news bears for our boy here. All right, we got the 2 removal. We're gonna re-ready the Tijuana groceries here. I like how he's thinking really hard about, man, I'm going to make it to mill, and I'm going to have to put these cards back into his deck, and I don't think that's what's going to happen here.
I mean, I think he's just got to hope. Right?
Yeah, so it's at 4 damage. It's at 8 damage right now. Blocks partially. He gets to burn him for 2. That'll put him to 3. I wonder if Tim wants to go ahead and just use those finding what was lost and go ahead and make him force the issue as much as possible. On the partial block. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and do that. So we've got some real damage coming out here.
And that spider is just looking. It's just waiting.
It's just waiting to flip.
It's waiting to finish.
It got set down early, and it's ready to just snare. That's a red eye capsule. Checks with the artifice. Draws a card. I don't think it's going to really matter.
Neither do I, but it's another 5 check, right? So he's staying alive. It is a full block.
Yeah, he's got a hyper bomb.
It is a full block.
It's a full block. I thought red eye capsule is a +2 mid block.
Oh, it's a mid. Okay.
Yeah.
So he is going to go down to near death experience.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what he's
Oh,
at
it's a
right
+2
now.
mid. Okay.
Yeah, +2 mid. So what is James taking here? Is he just dying right now? No.
I don't
okay.
think
I think
so.
I guess he's going
he's down
3.
to 1 or 2.
Yeah. So is 1, 2, or 3 right now?
1, 2.
He's a 3.
Yeah.
Got him. And here is the game-winning play from Mr. Tim Keefe, 2-time world champion.
Tim
now.
just passes it, and it's game.
Tim passes it. It's game. Here's the multiple. Here's there's no way for James to even block with a prepared to fight here.
Yeah, no, and I told you when I saw his hand, there was no way.
Yeah,
there's no survival like that.
Without
a prepared fight. Without a prepared
to fight, there was no surviving that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you really got to think back to game 2 when he did armor expert.
Yeah.
And it just it's those types of tiny mistakes that cost.
That cost you a whole championship right there. All right, so we got to flip on something. He's using the red eye capsule spill out card, whatever that one's called.
He's pulling out all the stops.
Yeah, I don't even care what it's called. You can shut up. Regardless, he's using the secret stash to go ahead and fish out the cards. But it's honestly futile.
No, and I mean this is just like the show when they're just like scrambling to pick up the things out of the secret stash.
Man, I'm getting really sad now. Like I wanted a good game. I didn't want to have my heartstrings ripped out of my chest. Like this is vicious.
I'm having flashbacks.
It's not. We're not saying vicious here, children.
No, and Spike, like we started off, Spike 2 beats A and K, just like in the show. It's just this is like history repeating itself.
This is fate
on the
right
UFS
here,
stage.
On the UFS stage, and honestly, like, who wants to see Asimov and Katerina win? Like in the show, really?
No one. I mean, they're scummies, aren't they? Yeah.
Nobody gets to Mars. You never get to Mars. You blow up in a spaceship in stratosphere.
Yeah, they just wanted money.
Yeah,
I mean, let's be honest.
They wanted to get to Mars. She wanted to get to Mars. He wanted drugs. And honestly, it's a recipe for disaster. And I think we are about to see that sad Mars dream implode.
Yeah, I think Tim is going to be known as Tim Dream Crusher Keefe after this.
Yeah, Tim, steely-eyed robot. That's $1 million.
There we go. Back to back.
Tim Keefe, ladies and gentlemen. What an absolute monster.
What a monster, yeah. And he just
Spike 2 and
resilient.
aggro deck, tons of diversity to fight through this. That man had to play 7 straight rounds of UFS, beat the diversity matchup, come in here, take people out. He had such bad luck against Asimov
and just look at how he came back from
just
being so far behind in game 1.5.
Those 27 attacks really started showing up.
That is an amazing stream.
That was
an
amazing incredible match. That is worthy of a world champion right there.
Oh, definitely.
That was beautiful.
And those types of games are why people like me and you play UFS.
Absolutely.
And why we love to watch it.
It's incredible. There's so much action, so much dynamic. Like Tim ripped an absolutely incredible hand. James had a great response to that. He defended as hard as he could. And that multiple swordfish.
He even went into the secret stash at the end.
Yeah.
Like, it was everything.
He was
no
pulling out all
bars,
the stops.
Everything.
Everything has been
Capsules
used.
on the floor.
Explodes in the stratosphere.
Yeah.
Well, this has been an exciting match.
I've had a joy, Keenan.
I have really enjoyed this.
Thank you, and congratulations on your efforts.
Oh, thank you so much. I get to get fourth, which is sad, but I was rooting for James.
And here's Jason.
All right, man. Well, I guess that's going to be it for us. But absolutely incredible play. Congratulations.
That's
Tim
Worlds
Keefe.
2018.
That's Worlds 2018
we'll see
for
you next year.
See you next year.